Welcome, Wapham crew, guys, gals, ghouls, friends, fiends, foes, and other worldly beings. Let's climb aboard the mothership, secure our tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a rocky mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. I'm your ghostess, TessaTNT, and I am broadcasting live from the Mile High Clubhouse tonight. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. And thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I'm so glad you're here, seriously. So glad we're still all here. If you want to listen in your free time, whether you're working it, or working out, feel free to check me out over on YouTube under We Are Paradox Media. And basically wherever else you listen to your broadcasts and podcasts, and you should be able to find me there. And we got some new stuff coming up this month. It should be a good month. January felt like a whole year almost. It was crazy. But we are going to do some Trippy TikToks, so let's see how this works out. I forgot to do the share button over here. And I keep having chest pains, and I don't know why. It's really bugging me. There we are. Should make sure I mute this so it doesn't echo. All right, let's see what we're in for.
The Bible's got one of the biggest cliffhangers in history that nobody talks about. In Genesis, it mentions a man named Enoch. It says he walked with God and he was not, for God took him. That's it. He didn't die. He just vanished. But where'd he go? And what did he see? Well, for over 1,000 years, the church essentially said, don't worry about it. But they left out a massive piece of the puzzle, the Book of Enoch. This ain't some random fan fiction. This book was found among the Dead Sea Scrolls. It was quoted by the apostles. The book of Jude in the New Testament actually quotes Enoch directly. Early Christians read it, but by the 4th century, the religious authorities, they said no. They banned it. They tried to wipe it out of history. Why? Because it spills the tea on everything. The Book of Enoch describes a group of 200 angels called the Watchers. They landed on Mount Hermon and made a pact to interfere with humanity. But here's the part that really gives me chills. They didn't just come down to sleep with humans, though they did that too. They came to trade knowledge for worship. The text says they taught humans forbidden secrets of heaven. They taught men how to make swords, knives, and shields. They introduced them to warfare. They taught the women about beautifying the eyelids and wearing jewelry, introducing vanity and ego. They taught sorcery, astrology, and how to use roots and plants for spells. Think about that. The book claims that the corruption of the world didn't just happen because humans are bad. It happened because higher intelligence interfered. They gave us technology and knowledge that we weren't spiritually ready for. Paints a picture of a world that's way more supernatural than the church wants you to believe. The authorities banned this book because it makes the spiritual world feel real. It makes it feel dangerous. They wanted a nice, tidy religion where you just follow the rules, do what you're told. Enoch shows you a universe full of dimensional travelers, giants, and cosmic battles. And here is the crazy part of this. This book was considered lost to the Western world for centuries. But the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, they never took it out. They've had it in their Bible the whole time. They knew the truth while the rest of the world was kept in the dark. So do you think our modern obsession with war, with technology, artificial intelligence, and vanity is just human nature? Or were we taught that by the Watchers? I want to do a part 2 on the Nephilim, the giants, the offspring of these Watchers, because that gets even crazier. If you want that video, comment giants over here and hit that follow button. We'll do it.
Whoa. Holy shnikes. Whoa. Nope. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Hold on, guys. Lish is on my shoulders. What's going on?
Oh no. Oh. Yeah.
Your soda's on your car.
Right on her. Oh. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. Oh. Scream. Oh.
Babe, are you okay?
Oh no. Oh no.
Are you ready to go to Disneyland?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Look at that.
Oh.
Window.
Oh. Did you hear that? Oh my gosh.
So you can see it doesn't.
Oh no.
Oh my lord.
Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just got that on video.
Oh no. Oh.
This is what a cramp looks like.
Charlie horse. Oh gosh.
Oh, this is even a better angle.
Oh God, Joseph!
Oh shit. Literally. Oh, Fido.
we right now on stolen land?
I have no idea the history of this land, of where we're sitting today.
Nor do I, Senator.
So that speaks volumes that neither of you are willing to say, hell no, we're not on stolen land. And I will say at the Grammys, when you see an entertainer say, nobody is illegal while we're on stolen land, and then you see entertainers leap to their feet clapping so excitedly at the notion that America is fundamentally illegitimate, it starts to convey that the entertainment world is deeply corrupt. And I will point out that same singer who says no one is illegal on stolen land promptly went back to her $14 million mansion, and somehow that stolen land she wasn't concerned about, just the United States of America. Look, Netflix has long been a left-wing company. Your founder, Reed Hastings, is one of the biggest Democrat donors in the country, including giving millions recently to the massive gerrymander in California, making it one of the most gerrymandered states in the union, because your founder desperately wants a Democrat House of Representatives. Susan Rice from the Obama White House is on your board of directors. You guys gave $50 million to the Obamas, as far as I can tell, to produce no discernible content whatsoever. How would you tell a Texan sitting at home to feel comfortable? CNN is already a dumpster fire. There's nothing resembling objectivity. There's nothing resembling journalism anymore. How are people at home, how should they feel even remotely confident that if this merger happens, the combined entity would not simply be a propaganda outlet pushing one particular political view with much greater market power than you have now?
Well, sir, we would fail. We would fail pushing a political view or propaganda. We deliver entertainment to consumers. Our consumers see our business pretty much the way they see America. About 40% conservative, about 40% liberal, about 20% don't know. And but when they turn on TV, they're tuned in to be entertained. And if we fail to entertain them by trying to promote propaganda or anything other than entertainment, we fail.
Mr. Campbell, same question to you.
We see the world very similar.
I hear what you're saying.
We have a very broad range of content across not only HBO Max, but all of our platforms that we need to appeal to all audiences. Our content ranges from Hard Knocks from the NFL to shows like Deadliest Catch and Gold Rush. It's a very broad collection of programming that represents broad interests across America.
You have a wide range of programming on HBO. Name one program that is designed to appeal to conservatives.
We don't design our programming to appeal to
I can think of a lot that are designed to go to liberals. Name one.
None of our shows are designed to go to any political group. They're designed to appeal to...
Really, John Oliver's not designed to appeal to a certain group?
It's a program that... for which there's...
You just said none of your program is... Look, let me ask you, do you think CNN is fair and balanced?
I do believe CNN is a fair...
So when CNN showed riots and fires behind them, and you put a chyron, mostly peaceful but fiery protest, was that journalism?
Sir, I'm not involved with CNN, and in fact, they're not part of this transaction, but they have an independent editorial board, they have independent news gathering. We don't direct...
They have no independence other than hating Donald Trump, which is why their viewership numbers have plummeted, because they don't actually report news. They instead engage in very biased propaganda. And I will say, the truest words you said a minute ago is when you said with respect to Mr. Sarandos, well, he and I see the world in very much the same way. That is exactly the problem, that in the world of journalism, it should not be propaganda. In the world of entertainment, there is a reason why entertainers who are even slightly right of center get blackballed in Hollywood, writers get blackballed in Hollywood, actors get blackballed in Hollywood. And I've heard nothing today to give me any confidence that this merger would do anything other than make that problem much, much worse.
Losing your hair sucks. Trust me, I know my hair has been thinning for a while now, but do you want to know a really frustrating part for me that no one really talks about?
Not really.
I just got back from my first date, and I need to know who raises these people. And before you tell me I'm overreacting, let me tell you guys what happened. And as always, if you like my stories, like to hear about my awful dating life, feel free to drop me a follow. But let's get right into it. So I ended up matching with this girl on Hinge, and she looked phenomenal. She was super attractive. She was exactly my type. I was pretty excited when she ended up matching with me. So as soon as I saw she did, I sent her a message, and we started talking. Just the basic back and forth banter, like complimenting each other. I can't think of what that word is. Where the conversation's very surface level and just about people's looks. It's not flirty, but it's something similar to that. And that went on for the rest of the night, and then in the morning I gave her my number. Because I try to only check Hinge a few times a day. So we start texting, and we talked for a little bit less than a week, I think 4 or 5 days. Conversation was solid, nothing special. We didn't text all day, but I would say we sent maybe like 50 messages back and forth to each other throughout the day. And after a few days of that, I asked her out. I wanted to do something a little different than dinner and drinks this time or an arcade, and she told me she loves reading and antiques. And I found this really cool bookstore that sells a bunch of like old books, vintage books, and then they still have the new stuff too. It's just a locally owned bookstore, I guess is the short way to say that. But I told her we could go there and then we'd go grab dinner. For dinner, I was thinking something along the lines of like Chipotle, Cava, Sweetgreen, something that's not fast food, but it's not like a full sit-down restaurant. Times are tough out here. These girls are running my pockets dry. But she said yes, and we decided to meet at the bookstore at 6 o'clock. It's like 5 o'clock, I start getting ready. I shoot her a text at like 5:45 that I'm on the way. Bookstore is basically like right next to my house. So I get there basically right at 6, shoot her a text, hey, I'm here. And I'm just scrolling on my phone, waiting for her to text me back. Zoned out a little bit. You know what it's like scrolling on TikTok. You kind of just lose track of time. And when I looked up at the clock, it was 6:15. Still hadn't heard from her. So I decided to shoot her a text, and she's like, hey, I'm running a few minutes late. I'll be there at about 6:30. And I was like, you know what? Whatever. I've already waited 15 minutes. Why not wait another 15 more? People don't care about being on time anymore. But she texted me back, told me she was here at like 6:25, and I asked if she wanted to go meet at the door. She says yes, we go meet. She looks exactly like her pictures. Gorgeous is the best way to put it. Like, stunning, looked amazing. Not even wearing anything crazy or, like, done up. Just very good-looking girl. Chit-chat a little bit outside, but it's winter here. It's freezing, so we decide to head on in and start looking around the bookstore. She looks like a little kid in a candy shop. Looking at every single book, thrillers, fantasy, horror, self-help, personal growth. Like, she is everywhere, just looking at everything. She's telling me about her favorite artist. She's picking up books, putting them in her little... She brought like a tote bag. Also, sorry, as I'm filming this, I think I have a pimple on my mustache. Completely unrelated, just noticed. Regardless, we're looking around the store, looking at old books, talking about authors we like, genres. Is it genres or genres? Like with the
genres.
How do you say it? I think I say it genres. Genres. That felt natural. The date is going really well. Even stopped at the crosswords. I love crosswords, and I got 2 new crosswords. But as we're finishing up at the bookstore, starting to get ready to go to dinner, she has an entire tote bag full of books that I'm assuming she's going to get. We start heading up to the register, waiting in line. There was like 2 other people. We get to the front, trying to be a gentleman. I let her go first, so she puts all her books down, and the cash register lady is scanning them. Beep, beep, beep. I tried to count. She had, I think, 14 books.
Whoa.
The cashier reads her total, $217 at this bookstore. It goes silent. I'm waiting for her to dig in her purse, go in her pocket, pull out a card, something. She looks at me and goes, did you get your book? And I go, no, I'll get it after, don't worry about it. She goes, oh. And I go, what? She looks at me and goes, I thought you were going to buy. You invited me.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe if you got like one $10, $15 book, I would consider. You have $217 worth of books. Not only that, they're all the gross, like, grungy romance novels. I'm not paying for your books. No. So I look at her and I go, no, I got mine. You can get yours. Like, I'll cash out after. She looked at me with the wrath of God in her eyes. It felt like she was trying to disintegrate me right there. Like one of those old-timey movies that just zap lasers straight through me. She looks at me, she goes, you're not going to pay? You're not going to get these? And I'm like, no, like, I'll get mine, you get yours. And I tell her, I'll buy dinner, I have no problem with that, but I'm not buying all your books. We're having this conversation in front of the cashier. This should have been a conversation that was had while we were looking for books. Who raised you to think that I'm just going to spend $200 on books for you and I just met you, and you want me to take you out to dinner. She starts throwing a fit. She went full actress. Middle of the store, in front of this cashier. She starts going, you never do anything nice for me. Like, I don't even know why we're still together. Just like full on, like I'm a POS boyfriend. A scumbag, lazy boyfriend who does nothing for her. She starts yelling in the store how I don't even pay my portion of the rent. What about that money she lent me last week to get gas? I'm like, dude, I just met you. What are you talking about? I got so embarrassed. I paid for the books. I paid for the books.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't know what to
did
do.
That.
I cracked under the pressure. I was like,
I would have left.
Okay, you know what? I'll get them. And I put my book down. My couple little crosswords. I spent like $245 at this bookstore. The second I tap my card, she looks at me and she goes, thank you, babe. You're so sweet. I'm sorry. I didn't mean those things. I've just been having a rough day. She's shoveling her books into her tote bag. I walk out with my tail between my legs. I'm not even mad, just disappointed in myself. I don't even know what the cashier was thinking. Watching this all unfold, she probably thinks I'm the biggest piece of crap in the world. And we get outside, she just got a smile on her face. She's like skipping through the snow, happy as she could be. She looks at me and she goes, okay, meet you for dinner? This is when I kind of snap back to reality. I look at her, I go, you gonna pay to make up for it? She goes, no, I don't pay for dates. I just looked at her and go, enjoy your books, I'm going home. She goes, okay, thank you. And literally just walks back to her car.
What a
just
piece.
Walks back to her car. What is wrong with people? Why would you do this? What is wrong with me? Why did I buy them? I'm so embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for myself that I bought these books for her.
You think the Earth is floating in space because some force is holding it up. Wrong. In space, there is no up or down, no left or right, and there is nothing that can fall. The very idea of falling is a lie the Earth has been telling you for decades. In the universe, there is no floor and no ceiling. You can move in any direction for 100 million light years and never hit a wall. So here's the question. If there is no down, why doesn't the Earth fly away? Why does it obediently orbit the sun? The answer is more terrifying than you think. It's because the sun has dug an invisible pit beneath the Earth. The Earth is not floating, it is spinning wildly inside this pit, and it has been doing so for 4.6 billion years without escape.
Hello? Come on now. What the heck is happening?
This pit is called space-time curvature, discovered by Einstein, and its depth directly determines whether the Earth lives or dies. You might ask, how can space-time be dug into a pit? Isn't space empty? This is where Einstein was far more radical than Newton. More than 300 years ago, Newton discovered universal gravitation. Legend says an apple hit his head and made him wonder why apples fall downward instead of flying upward. His answer was that the Earth has gravity, pulling the apple down. But Newton never explained what gravity actually is, or how it can pull objects across air, across vacuum, across hundreds of millions of kilometers. This question troubled scientists for over 200 years, until 1915, when Einstein proposed general relativity. He said gravity does not actually exist. You heard that right. The force that makes apples fall and makes the Earth orbit the sun is not a force at all. It is an illusion created by the curvature of space-time. How do you understand this? Imagine placing a heavy iron ball on a stretched bedsheet. The sheet will sink. The depth of the dent depends on how heavy the ball is. Now place a glass marble on the sheet. The marble will not stay still. It will roll toward the iron ball along the dent. If the marble has some sideways speed, it will not fall straight in, but instead circle around the iron ball. This is the relationship between the Earth and the sun. The sun's mass is 330,000 times that of the Earth. It presses the surrounding space-time into a massive depression. The Earth is like that marble, sliding along this depression. We call this motion orbit. So the Earth is not being pulled by the sun. It is moving along what it thinks is a straight line in curved space-time. But in curved space, straight paths gradually turn into circles. This sounds absurd, right? In 1919, British astronomer Eddington proved this during a total solar eclipse. He observed that light from distant stars bends when passing near the sun. Light travels in straight lines, and if space-time were flat, light could not bend, but it did bend, proving that space-time near the sun is curved. Einstein was right. Space-time can indeed be curved, and what we call gravity is merely the appearance of that curvature. So here's another question. If the Earth is constantly sliding toward the sun, why doesn't it fall into it? The answer is that the Earth has sideways velocity. Remember the marble on the sheet. Without sideways speed, it would fall straight into the dent. But with enough sideways speed, it circles endlessly. The Earth's orbital speed around the sun is 29.8 kilometers per second. To put that into perspective, a bullet travels at about 1 kilometer per second. The Earth is moving 30 times faster than a bullet. This speed allows the Earth to keep sliding through the sun's space-time depression without falling in. If the Earth suddenly stopped, the result would be horrifying. In about 65 days, it would plunge straight into the sun, and before that happened, everything on Earth would be vaporized by the sun's heat. But don't worry, this will never happen, because in space there is nothing to slow the Earth down. Space is an almost perfect vacuum. No air, no friction, no resistance. The speed the Earth gained 4.6 billion years ago has barely diminished. It will keep going until the sun dies. You might wonder where the Earth's original speed came from.
There is no going back to the way things were. That's over. That's not going to happen. We still have a long road ahead of us. The Trump regime still has to fall, and people have to be held accountable. We'll have our own Nuremberg-style trials. But what comes after? And that's something that keeps plaguing my mind on what comes next. When we go to rebuild the government in America, here's a few ideas. No more super PACs. That's done. Companies are not people. We remove that shit. We bring back the fairness doctrine in the news. There are 13 circuits for the Supreme Court and only 9 judges. We fix that. 1 judge per circuit, and they're no longer appointed by a president. They're elected by the people, and we can figure out the federal circuit voting stuff later. Not only are they elected by the people in their circuit, but there is a 15-year term on that. And while we're on term limits in the Senate and the House. A new committee shall be formed to oversee judges and whether or not they have any ties, financially or otherwise, to cases brought before them. So the new committee will be able to recuse judges. So the Supreme Court we have now is completely removed. We add 4 more seats to make it 13, and they are now elected into that position by the people of their circuits, with a committee to oversee any financial ties, familial ties, or any other ties. So no more judges sitting in front of cases that they personally benefit from. And I know a comedian said this as a joke, but it's a really good fucking idea. And that is, every person in the Congress, whether they be in the Senate or the House, has to wear a sash, just like a Boy Scout or Girl Scout does. And they have to wear badges. So if they take money from big oil, they have to wear that on their sash.
Good idea.
Any organization they take money from, they have to wear that for everybody to see.
Then you know what they stand
for. When they're in the
for.
House and the Senate, they have to wear their sash. When they do interviews, they have to wear their sash. When they go out in front of the public, they have to wear their sash. With all the people who have bought them are giving them money. Institute ranked choice voting across the board for every state. For every election, ranked choice voting. Every single person knows the 2-party system is broken. Eliminate the Electoral College. That's gone. 1 vote, 1 person. That's it. Felons cannot run for office. Not any office. Ever. Anywhere. That's over with. From henceforth, any person from any cabinet position must actually be qualified in that field.
And that's one thing I don't get. If you're a felon, you can't vote, right? Can't own a gun. How can you run for or take office? That's what I don't understand. You shouldn't be able to. If you can't vote for it, you shouldn't be able to take that position. So far as I
degrees,
think.
Years of experience, they have to actually be qualified to be in charge of that field. Presidential candidates from here on out have to sit down in front of a whole board of people and answer questions. Not just limelight bullshit like 60 Minutes, actual board of intelligent people asking them questions. And if they can't answer them, that is for the public to see. I'm tired of this one or two debate platform forum bullshit. Sit down in front of a whole bunch of people and take questions. No advisors, no mics in the ears, none of that shit. We're going to see how smart you are. Last but certainly not least, honesty. Politicians of any shape and form in any part of the government will be held accountable for their lies. If they lie, they can be sued civilly and lose their jobs right off the bat. And if you get kicked out for lying, you can never hold office again.
That's the way it is with a regular job.
Actually, that wasn't last. I got a few more. My apologies. If you own a company and your employees are on federal assistance, you don't get any tax exemptions. None whatsoever. Pay your employees. The other part of that is if a company makes $1 billion in profits, they get to keep half. The other half goes to the employees and divvied up fairly by hours worked. No more exploiting workers while the rich just get richer. If a company does well, the employees get paid well. And now we're at the last one, and that's tax the rich. Set whatever numbers you want, 10 million a year, 5 million a year, whatever. After that amount, you get taxed at 80% rate. And with that, there are no more billionaires. If you get $999 million, you've won capitalism. Everything after that is taxed at 99%. So that's what I have envisioned for what comes after, because we're definitely not going back to the same shit that allowed us to get fucking here.
Tom and Jerry.
Is that you, John?
Yeah, Marsha, I'm home, dear.
Oh.
Where are the kids?
They went to an early show.
Oh, did you get to the bank?
Yes, I did, dear.
Pick up my suit at the cleaners?
Yes, dear.
Did you mow the lawn?
Gosh, I didn't, John. I simply didn't have time.
Didn't have time?
But, John, I had so much to do, I just...
Oh, you women. With all the time in the world on your hands, you never find time to get anything done. Huh? Well, suppose you tell me just exactly what you did do with your time today.
Very well, dear. Gladly. After a night of blissful slumber, enhanced by the symphony of the human buzzsaw in the next bed, I leisurely arose when the alarm went off at 6 a.m.
Oh, no. Come on, man. What's going on?
Wake up, children. Come on. Time to get up. John, are you up?
Yeah.
Hurry up now, children.
Oh boy, Bango. I love Bango. I don't like it. Girls don't like nothing. Hey, don't take all the cream. I can have as much as I
want. John, hurry up. Your breakfast's getting cold.
Wait till I'm through with it, will you?
Just have time for a cup of coffee, dear. I'm late. Hi, kids. Oh, I hate that.
Then, of course, there was a little housework to be done. But thanks to that lovely present you so thoughtfully gave me for our last anniversary, it was practically no work at all.
Yeah.
There were attachments to do all the work.
Oh, no.
Then, lover boy, I took off for the bank to deposit those checks.
Lover boy.
Pardon me. I want to deposit $200, please.
Yes, ma'am.
In pennies. I knew it.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
I'd like to deposit these pennies, please.
Oh, no.
1, 2, 3, 4. I almost forgot I'd promised to give a pint of blood to the Red Cross Blood Bank.
Right in there, please. Your name, sir?
Casper J. Fragile.
And you want to deposit some blood, sir?
Oh, no, sir. I want to make a withdrawal.
Lacey's was having a sale, so I dashed over there and bought you a pair of socks. And a few little things for myself. 12:30. No wonder I'm hungry.
What's yours, lady?
A giant chocolate malt, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks. But that's not all, John. Well, it seems that Mrs. Oh, gracious, the parking meter. I'll have to put another nickel in it. But officer, it wasn't there when I parked.
Of course not, lady. Someone just came along and put it there to annoy you.
Oh!
And that's all you did with your time all day, huh?
No, dear. As a matter of fact, I did one more thing. I bought you a little present.
You did? Well, where is it, honey?
Here, dear. Little man, I've had a busy day.
You wake up floating 3 feet above your bed.
the Wi-Fi.
Your phone, your keys, your furniture, all drifting around the room like you're underwater. Outside, cars lift off the highway. Trees pull out of the ground, roots and all. People grab anything bolted down. You have 7 seconds. That's how long Earth's gravity will be offline. After that, it comes back. Everything falls, including the 850 million people who didn't grab hold of something in time. According to a leaked government document, this happens on August 12, 2026. NASA calls it Project Anchor, and they've known about it since 2019. And if you haven't heard this story, you better strap in. December 2025, a document started circulating on encrypted channels. The header read, Project Anchor Gravitational Discontinuity Event Executive Summary. The document was marked classified at a level above top secret. It described a global emergency program with an $89 billion budget and one terrifying purpose: preparing humanity for a moment when Earth's gravity would temporarily cease to exist. The date was precise: August 12, 2026, 1433 UTC. For about 7 seconds, the gravitational force holding everything to the planet would drop to zero. And according to the document, NASA identified this threat in 2019. Deep space monitoring stations detected 2 gravitational wave signatures converging. These waves come from merging black holes a billion light years away. And when they intersect near Earth's orbital position in August 2026, the interference pattern will briefly cancel out our planet's gravitational field. The probability assessment in the document was 94.7%. That's not speculation, that's a certainty.
Gravitational Wave Observatory.
Dr. Thomas Webb noticed the anomaly at 2:47 a.m. LIGO had detected gravitational waves before, ripples in space-time from black hole collisions billions of light years away. By the time these waves reached Earth, they were faint, barely detectable. Interesting to physicists, invisible to everyone else. This wave was different. 2 black holes had collided 1.3 billion years ago. The resulting gravitational wave had been traveling toward Earth ever since. That part was normal, but LIGO's sensors showed something unusual in the wave's path. A dark matter filament 800 light years long. The wave had passed through it like light through a magnifying glass. Focused, amplified, aimed directly at Earth. Webb checked the path again. The wave would reach Earth on August 12th. He ran the amplitude calculations 3 times. For 7 seconds, everything on the surface of the planet would be weightless. He sent his findings to Dr. Minji Park, his former graduate advisor at MIT. She was the only person he trusted to check his math. Park didn't respond.
Minji, I really need you to call me back.
2 days later, Webb's paper was retracted. His data access was suspended. His university placed him on administrative leave. On February 14th, Thomas Webb walked out of his apartment. His car was found 3 days later at a rest stop in New Mexico, engine still running. Thomas Webb was never seen again. Dr. Park received a flash drive a week later, no return address. She opened it, ran the calculations, and understood why Tom sounded so paranoid. She copied everything to 3 separate servers. Then she started making phone calls. And within 48 hours, Dr. Park would be dead.
See, look at that shish.
If you're reading this,
it's crazy.
I was right. August 12th, 1433 UTC. Get underground. Hold on to something they've known for years. TW.
No gatekeeping here. I'm sharing how I went from costly to completely covered bladder control supplies. In 2020, I checked my coverage and found out protective products could be free. Now Medicaid covers everything.
So Nicki Minaj stirred up a pot last night. She started calling Jay-Z out for satanic ritualistic
What's the date on this?
things. Oh, it got real.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Let's just read some of the things she said. Are y'all understanding that these people have been sacrificing children as a way of gaining and maintaining power? If you ever vote Democrat again, you're just as soulless as they are and will perish. Maybe it's time for me to do some story times, since I was trying to not say what I know, yet they continue to attempt bullying. Guys, it gets no more blatant than that. But in case you still don't know what she was saying, let's go to another tweet. She put, your favorite artist, so not just Jay-Z, your favorite artist, has been practicing rituals in a satanic cult where they take babies from other countries and mutilate and unalive them as a form of blood sacrifice to their god. My Lord. You see, when your master is Satan, you must constantly shed blood. However, the jig is up. Guys, do you know how wicked this is? Not only that, but this is stuff that many of us have known for years, and the world called us crazy. Now somebody who was fully in the world, coming out of the world, is exposing it. Oh, it looks a little different now, don't it? We've been talking about this since Jay-Z wore a sweater with the #1 satanic commandment on it.
Do what thou wilt.
Do what thou wilt. Do what you want. We've been talking about this since Jay-Z's song, State of Empire, where he said, Hail Mary to the city, you're a virgin, and Jesus can't save you. This is his lyrics. Jesus can't save you. Life starts when the church ends. Jay-Z said that. He put it in a song so you couldn't even really hear it. How many of us were in the world singing the State of Empire? New York! One of the biggest songs in New York, and this was in the doggone 3rd verse. Can you believe that? A mainstream song where a rapper said Jesus can't save you in it. Nobody heard that before, though, have they? No. Not until we started speaking up about it. So he wore a sweater with the #1 satanic commandment on it. He has a verse where he says Jesus can't save you. Let's not get into his other verses. We got a song called Family Feud where he says he told his wife the spiritual stuff really works. Well, if he's saying Jesus can't save you, and then in another song he says the spiritual stuff really works, what spiritual stuff do you think he's talking about? It's not rocket science, people. There's also a picture of him in the Masonic Lounge. Heck, we've been talking about this since he made a video with Marina Abramovic. And don't get me started on Marina Abramovic with her spirit cooking where she takes blood and wipes it all on the wall, making different words with blood. I mean, this video might get banned off of these social platforms because we're getting too real right now. I told y'all this man's empire was going to fall. He should have kept the Lord's name out of his mouth. He has a whole website called the Book of Hove, ladies and gentlemen,
Book of
where he
Hove?
talks about his name, Hova, is a play on Jehovah. That's why he goes by Jehovah. Allow him to reintroduce himself. I mean, at some point, even people who like Jay-Z have to come into an understanding, because either you like him or you're on God's side. You're on his side or you're on God's side, because he sure isn't on God's side. And sad thing is, he took his wife from being on God's side, because we all know Beyonce used to be a Christian. She sung in the church. Nowadays, she's doing witch rituals. Different sacrifices to Oshun. Oh, you think we can't see it? Oh, you think we dumb, deaf, and out of our mind, brainwashed? Is that what you're thinking? Oh, no. All your times are coming to an end. And I don't just mean dying. I mean being exposed. The witches, the warlocks, all of your times are coming to an end. You will be exposed. The truth about you will be shown to the world. At that point, they'll make up their own decision, whether it be on your side or be on God's side. Because that's exactly what it's going to be. Positive or negative. How much are people actually worshiping y'all to when it comes out to be true who you actually are is going to stay with you? Or may you repent and come home. We will see.
You don't see homeless Asian people. You don't see that. That's right. You don't see like, hey, listen, man, can you help out a brother? You know, give me some Bitcoin. You know, a little bit Bitcoin, not the whole coin. You know, some of the coin. Hey, listen, man, could you give me $100,000 to I finish medical school and then I'm good. Then I don't need no more. Starting to think Somalia is not sending us their best. Yeah. Who is letting their kids be watched by a Somalian? Didn't anybody see Captain Phillips, that Tom Hanks movie? They're fucking pirates. We are taking over the ship and the child care center. We're doing both. That's how amazing this country is, though, if you think about it. You can come over here from Somalia. You don't even have to be here, you know, legally. You can just marry your brother. What? It was just great to see, like, Oprah and Bruce Springsteen and De Niro losing their mind. Didn't make any difference, because, like, even the Amish people, they never vote. They're like, no, this time we're voting. Let's get the horse. Let's go. This come on, we're going there. Hey, Oprah, you, we're going. You vote for the first time ever. Is everything okay? No. Are you mad? You okay?
No, he's not mad. No, he is.
You're mad?
Yeah,
that's okay. You know what the cool thing about it in America is? Free speech isn't the speech you like. Nice stuff's not what needs to be protected. It's the stuff that you hate that needs protection, so that somebody, like the government or you, doesn't get to decide what everybody else gets to hear. Okay?
True that.
And you're more than welcome to...
True what? What's going to happen? He's going to throw some change at him or something?
Disagree and write an act and get on stage. When I was 10 years old, my dad told me the most consequential event of the 20th century was World War II. And that one of the most consequential events of World War II was the liberation of Europe, D-Day, June 6, 1944. And that my grandfather was there. So I said, can I go talk to him? Can I go talk to him? He says, no. Your grandfather suffers from this thing called survivor's guilt. Why did he survive when his friends around him were all killed that day? So if he wants to talk about it, he'll talk about it. But if he doesn't, he won't. So we used to go see him every Sunday. Finally, one Sunday, my dad said, hey, Robbie, Grandpa wants to talk about D-Day. I was like, what? No, yeah, just let him do the talking. So I went in there and I said, Grandpa, you can tell us about D-Day, June 6, 1944, the liberation of Europe, Omaha Beach. What was that like? And I'll never forget. He told me.
Well, I was sleeping in the morning. And since the Americans started attacking, I said, merk schnell weg auf, they are coming! They are coming! Herr Hitler was right! They are f***ing coming! Ich habe eine große Schwanzkuppe und rote Dicke. So we shooting. Killing as many Americans as we could. But there was too many. Finally, we ran out of ammunition. I threw down my weapon.
It was crazy.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I stopped you for speeding.
Before you begin this interaction, please be advised that I'm recording. I do not consent to this contact with you. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court of law. Any statement or alleged consent I give in response to your questioning is hereby under protest or under duress. I invoke and refuse to waive my Fifth Amendment right, and I will not be answering any questions today. Why am I being detained?
Driver's license and proof of insurance, please.
Why am I being detained?
I stopped you for speeding.
Okay.
You're doing 59 and a 35 as you're going past the golf course. Can I see your driver's license and proof of insurance, please?
What's your name and badge number?
Can I see your driver's license and proof of insurance?
I'll be with you shortly.
See, here's the deal. You're not in control of this, sir.
Did you pull me over or did I pull you over?
You're not in control of this interaction.
Did I pull you over?
Can I see your driver's license and proof of insurance?
Okay, could you just chill for a second? I'm trying to do my job.
No, that's where you're on.
Is your body cam on, sir?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to do my job, sir.
What police department are you with? Elgin?
Elgin Police Department, sir. That's the city you're driving in. The city where you were stopped.
What's your patrol car? Your patrol car?
It's right there.
What number?
It's not relevant to the traffic stop, sir.
It's not? Okay. Not relevant? Okay.
It's not relevant to the traffic stop, sir. You can see it's a marked squad and the lights are on.
Can you articulate what ILC?
Oh. This guy.
I'm being suspected of?
You're stopped for speeding, sir.
What's the ILCS number?
It'll be on your citation.
Okay. Where were you when you saw this?
Parked on the side of the roadway.
Which roadway?
The roadway you were driving on.
Which is what? Sir, I don't know. I don't get what the problem is. I'm just answering questions. I'm just trying to get some information.
Your driver's license and your proof of insurance.
And we will get there. Are you? Why are you? What's the big deal? I mean, I'm just asking some questions here.
And I've answered your questions.
Okay. So what road did you?
All this information will be on your traffic citation.
What road? Before I present my license, which you will get shortly.
Bound to do because you're driving in the state of Illinois.
Yeah. Before I do that, I need some information from you.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Are you refusing to cooperate, sir? Why are you refusing to cooperate?
I've informed you that you've been stopped for speeding.
And we will get there.
I've asked you for your driver's license and proof of insurance.
What's the posted speed limit?
Let me reflect that back on you. Why are you not cooperating?
Why are you refusing to answer these questions, sir?
Every question so far.
How fast did you say I was traveling?
Pardon me?
How fast did you say I was traveling?
59 miles an hour.
Okay. In 35, you said, right?
35 mile an hour posted zone.
And how'd you detect my speed?
It was radar, sir.
Okay. When was the last time you were trained on this device?
Excuse me?
When was the last time you were properly trained on that radar device?
Prepped and trained.
Properly trained?
Properly trained.
Yes.
I've been trained ever since I started.
When was the last time?
You know what? This question can be asked in court.
Okay. When was the last time it was calibrated, that radar? This morning?
And that's a court question as well.
Okay.
And we're not in court, you're not on trial, and nor am I.
But you are asking me questions without an attorney present.
I haven't asked you anything.
You haven't asked me anything?
I've asked you for your driver's license and your proof of insurance. That's it.
Okay.
What else have I asked you, sir?
You don't need to raise your voice.
Me. What else have I asked you?
Am I raising my voice to you?
Am I raising mine?
Yeah.
No, I'm just talking.
It's on camera. It's on camera.
On camera too. It's all on here.
Why are you raising your voice to me? Again, did I pull you over?
Yeah, you just told me I asked you a bunch of questions.
Sir, again, did I pull you over?
What questions have I asked you?
Okay.
Well, yeah, now you want to answer my question.
When was the last time you were deposed?
What questions have I asked you?
When was the last time you were deposed?
What questions have I asked you? You just said I asked you a bunch of questions. What questions have I asked you?
Do you want my license or ID?
And proof of insurance. License,
okay.
Proof
I don't get that word. I can't remember what it means. My brain is fried.
What questions have I asked
Where are we right now?
What questions have I asked you?
For the record, where are we right now?
You're in Elgin.
No, what cross streets? What building is this? Because I don't know where I'm at.
Community State Bank.
I'm not from here.
Prairie Community State Bank.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to repeat the one question that I've asked you the whole time is, can I see your license and proof of insurance?
Yeah.
There hasn't been a multitude of questions like you accused.
Yeah, you can. Are you a rookie? Madka?
Again, I don't have to answer your question.
Oh, your name is not Madka. What's your name and badge number?
It'll be on your citation.
No, what's your name and badge number?
It'll be on your citation.
Why are you refusing to identify, sir?
It will be on your citation.
Why are you refusing to identify?
Madka with the city of Elgin, sir.
Can you say that again? Because I can't see your name. It's being blocked.
And again, it'll be on the citation.
Sir, what's your name and badge number? Because it's being blocked by that radio.
My name and my badge number will be on your citation.
But I need it here for the record before I present my ID.
No, you don't.
I don't?
Yeah, you don't.
I don't, but I would like it.
Okay, so you don't.
So, why are you refusing to say your name?
I have your license and proof of insurance.
Why are you refusing to say your name? But I can't see your name.
It will be on your ticket.
But why are you refusing to say your name and badge number?
My name's Officer Ramadka.
Ramadka?
Yep.
It starts with an S?
Nope.
Ramadka. Okay, well, there you go. Was that so hard? Why was that so hard?
Apparently providing your license and insurance is difficult.
Apparently cooperating with simple questions. Again, I'm driving. You pulled me over.
You're speeding, and you got pulled over for speeding.
And you're refusing to answer why.
I've answered every question you've asked me.
All right, dude.
And you also said I asked you a plethora of questions, which didn't happen. Because I've simply asked you for your license and proof of insurance. Am I just supposed to assume that that's where you live? Because it's on your identification? Here's your insurance back. That looks valid. Thank you. I'll be a few minutes. All right, sir. Here's your stuff. You issued a citation for speeding. You're going to see a court date on the bottom of the citation, but you also get a box check that says no court appearance required. So you go to court if you want to. If you don't want to go to court, you can pay by mail. There's instructions attached to the ticket itself and also in that white envelope that answers any questions you might have. And there's also information in that white envelope about getting court supervision to keep it off your driving record. Do you have any questions?
You're dismissed. Thank you. Have a good day.
You're dismissed as well.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Pleasure speaking to you.
You too, sir. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye. Oh my goodness. All right, on that note, boys and girls, we are going to our first music break. On this break, we have Miss Tamra Bubble from the greater New York area, and she is going to be singing Out the Mud, New Panties, Laundry. I think that's it for the first set. And then Fluid with I Love It. I believe there was one more. Griff with Best Life, and Griff is from Toronto, Canada. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this music break.
records back to back like I was Stefan. Better yet, I'm Phil Jackson, so don't treat me like the next man. And I'm kind of a real big deal, so don't be out here second guessing. Anyway, I make my pay and live this California lifestyle. Sunshine, loud packs, and chicks that love to get wild. That's how we do it every day. Slipping, sliding through the traffic on a mission for the day. Clearing marks about my way. Really got no time for y'all today. And all the craziness y'all talk, but never get your story straight. See me out here living great. I don't give a about how they hate. And when it comes to kicking game, I give you all that you can take. Trying to do it big, got no complaints. Every morning eating steak. And say I'm wrong for showing out, but I'ma do it anyway. Plus and thing ain't nothing bitch, cause I can do it any day. And it don't matter where I go, I always represent the yay. I'm so in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. Boppers used to hate me, now they tell me I'm a tight now. Swagger through the roof, got everybody on my height now. So in love with this lifestyle. And I love it, and I love it, and I love it. So in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. See me, I'm out here getting it and loving how I live. Best believe if I do something, I'm a stupid, do it big. And this hustling is my gig, so don't you ask me what I stand for. Stacking while I'm macking, trying to earn myself a couple Lambos. Yeah, you know them toys for them big boys. Emperor of sorts and all you other players decoys. Meaning you're not the real deal. Keep an appetite for dollars that I never miss a meal. All you suckers need to chill. I'm just trying to stack a meal and pull the baddest bras around and love show they sex appeal. Little bit of Netflix, then we chill. Lose them clothes, keep on them heels. Working like a 9 to 5 and go right back to chasing skrill. I bring that real, never that phony. BS, y'all be stressing, put it down just like an OG. Perform these cookies, take flight. Some of y'all just out here acting. I'm a boss in real life. I'm so in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. Boppers used to hate me, now they tell me I'm a tight now. Swagger through the roof, got everybody on my height now. So in love with this lifestyle. And I love it, and I love it, and I love it. So in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. Keep it more 100 than a C note. Hall of Fame spitting, representing with these pimp quotes. Don't try to front, you know this shit's dope. Question is, will I ever fail? My answer is no. I make this hustling look amazing. Put it down, doper than a blunt of purple hazing. Spicy on the mic, I bring the fire like a Cajun. Scoville's making haters sweat when I be blazing. Leaning to the side, haters everywhere. Yeah, I hear them talking, but they simply wasting air. Can't understand the reason that they stay in my affairs. But I'm major with my movements, getting money everywhere. I'm so in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. Boppers used to hate me, now they tell me I'm a tight now. Swagger through the roof, got everybody on my height now. So in love with this lifestyle. And I love it, and I love it, and I love it. So in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now. So in love with this lifestyle. And I love it, and I love it. So in love with this lifestyle. Anything I want, I say the word, I get it right now.
Yeah. Bubble on that. Yeah. Real cute. Underwear. To be honest, I don't really wear many. I don't even really rock panties. Let me be clear, I'm used to getting a few new big pair each year from my granny. Couple sexy ones that might come off, and I done had way too much. Any a drunk text go out. They come and eat the sweet juicy pie down there. I'ma go that route. But now, nigga, wrong song. I only need a couple of bars to turn you on. That's why I started mentioning that lingerie. But pull her to the studio with some long john. This verse about to take a turn for the worse, and all them cute panties gonna be long gone. Cause the hating niggas that I wrote it for, they ain't afraid of wordplay, that's why they wrote this for. So I'ma drive them wild. Thinking one day they might hit all about my boy shorts, G-strings, slutty thongs, even put them edible pennies on the cover so they wonder how that bubble tastes. You can stay mad, be miserable, old, predictable, maybe not even applicable. But yeah, you typical. Check your mans if it ain't you, cause way too many queens rockin' shades cause they eyes black and blue. Way too many dudes putting hands on the bras. That make you feel like a man. Mishandling a weaker vessel, yeah, you soft. Yo, look, it's way too many dudes only wanna spar. But ain't got no conversation, only wanna gossip when we talk. Why I keep seeing these grown dudes, I got the broad data like some broad. Why I keep seeing these dudes letting these girls fighting on the stop to record. from shopping. Let me slip you into something real soft. Prefer the lace of satin or the silk, cause I'm pretty little rose. They gon' hang off your balls. Look at you sitting pretty, yeah. You the type that rock them cute pennies, yeah. Come here, you cute, yeah. Real cute. You hating on a female, cute, real cute. Why you mad we getting money? Maybe that's why you sag. Let them punish out. Oh, by the way, cute pennies, bro. Real cute. Grown man, big boss, taking shots from a penthouse love. Talking trash, he making big calls. Yep, then again, that's only till his phone got off. Come again, yes, phone got disconnected. But don't worry, he be back online hating in a second. Back at the crib, remember she paid her phone and the rent. Squashy nigga, vegetable soft. Now he souped up in my mentions on some vegetable, bro. Leaving comment at the comment, you that thirsty, drink vomit. I promise I ain't never seen nobody when had so much time to hate me. Be honest, is you mad at me? Or the fact that I'm grinding? It's a fact that I'm winning, son, I really be shining. Why you pressed on my diamond? You ready to swing on this little bitty girl, so don't tell me I'm lying. Way too many dudes putting hands on the brown. That make you feel like a man. Mishandling a weaker vessel, yeah, you saw. Yo, look, it's way too many dudes only wanna spar. But ain't got no conversation, only wanna gossip when we talk. Why kicks in these brown dudes, I get a broad daily like some broad. Why kicks in these dudes, letting these girls fighting, only stopping to record. These little niggas online, the worst part, lame hoes got a squad. And all they do is dislike the females doing interviews with that nigga blood. I be like, come in, big boy, take off them drawers. I just came from shopping. Let me slip you into something real soft. You prefer the lace of satin or the silk, cause I'm pretty little rose. They gon' hang off your balls. Look at you sitting pretty, yeah. You the type that rock them cute pennies, yeah. Come here, you cute, yeah. Real cute. You hating on a female, cute, real cute. Why you mad we getting money? Maybe that's why you sag. Let them punish out. Oh, by the way, cute pennies, bro. Real cute. Hey, get up on that washer, hit the spin cycle till I come home. The way where I'm at, I'm out here breadwinning, so don't hit my phone. Shoulda never gave you treats like that. You got a sweet tooth and won't leave me alone. And every time I try to get some sleep, I wake up cause you doing me wrong. Nigga, up under covers, used to fight it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? Who doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Keep playing, think I'm playing. I'ma have you doing them dishes too. Better lick them plates clean, be grateful for this delicious food. Why you want no fours? What you scrubbing floors cause you want some more? But you like it dirty, you is so dirty, you like it dirty. Sneaking up under covers, used to fight it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? Who doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Sneaking up under covers, used to fight it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? First of all, I was sleeping. And second of all, why you creeping? Third of all up on me, rubbing like conditioner that you be trying to leave it. Relax, love, keep breathing. And I would say keep cleaning, but you like it dirty. You is so dirty. You like it dirty. Sneaking up under covers, used to fight it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Get up on that washer, hit the spin cycle till I come home. The way where I'm at, I'm out here breadwinning, so don't hit my phone. Shoulda never gave you treats like that. You got a sweet tooth and won't leave me alone. And every time I try to get some sleep, I wake up cause you doing me wrong. Sneaking up under covers, used to fight it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? Who doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Sneaking up under covers, used to fight undercovers. Yeah, you like it dirty. You are so dirty. You like it dirty, yeah? Undercovers. Yeah, you like it dirty. You are so dirty. You like it dirty, yeah?
I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. Do you and live your best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. Where you from? Who you with? Are you unplugged? Are you equipped? I do my thing, stay legit. In this world, no one's innocent. VIP, get bottles. One snap of my fingertips. See these haters like blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, talking gibberish. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. Do you and live your best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. Rolling and rolling and rolling SUV. Rolling and rolling and rolling with my homies. Rolling and rolling and rolling SUV. Rolling and rolling and rolling with my homies. I'm going to live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm going to live my best life. Do you live your best life? Do you live your best life? Do you live your best life? I'm going to live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm going to live my best life. Do you live your best life? Do you live your best life? Do you live your best life? I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. I'm gonna live my best life. Don't care if my head ain't right. Do you and live your best life. Don't care if my head ain't right.
Welcome back, and thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Tonight we've been watching Trippy TikToks. It's been pretty good. I've come across some pretty good stuff so far. I was just checking it out on my phone because I really haven't been watching TikToks lately, so a lot of this is new to me. I just saw one on my phone about a money Mandela, but yeah, let's see what we got going on here. No. IDs? No. Nope. Where's the... There we go. Cheese and crackers. Alright, yeah, this has been home, so let's go.
Oh, you're getting up. Okay, it's food time. It's this what you're doing right now. It's about me. I know this. All right, let's go. Let's get this food. My expectations are so high right now. The only thing higher than my expectations is me when I'm on catnip. Am I right? This is the greatest day of my entire life. Oh my God, you're giving me cooked food? You must really love me. And if that food's not for me, you must really hate me. One second, I'll be right up there. All right, I'm just gonna take a little taste of this food here. Just a little taste. Ah. Ugh. I find you very confusing. Meow. I'm gonna rub
So yeah, if you pass away and leave the house to your family, they don't have to pay the mortgage, and they won't have to pay crazy taxes.
This message is to Mr. President Donald Trump and to every general and political appointee sitting in his military cabinet. My name is Major Retired Richard Ojeda, and I wore this nation's uniform and fought this nation's wars for 24 years. I'm speaking to you as a combat soldier who understands orders and understands lines that you do not cross. Last week, one of your senior military commanders was asked in a congressional hearing about using military force inside the United States against American citizens. And he said if an order came down to do so, he would carry out that order. On my back, I've got the names of 13 of my brothers who never returned home from war. I want you to hear me loud and clear when I say this. They did not die for this. They did not die so the President of the United States could label people who disagree with him as domestic terrorists and enemies from within. The real enemy is any person in leadership that tries to turn the weapons of war on the American citizens and calls it patriotism. So when you say the enemy is within, Mr. President, you're right. The enemy of our Constitution is sitting inside the Oval Office. I've seen war. I've picked up a rifle and manned a post. I know exactly what the enemy looks like when this nation is under attack. So when I hear what's coming out of your White House right now, I recognize it better than most because I've seen this con job before. I saw it when it was time to lace up our boots and when politicians like you needed a story strong enough to send young men and women into hell and call it service. I watched communities get wiped out over weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist. Millions of people lost their lives because our leaders were willing to put people in harm's way over a lie. I remember the faces. I remember the fear. I remember the kids. And I remember what it's like when you return home and realize it was all for nothing. I know the weight that it carries to realize that the government you once believed in, bled for, and fought for sent you into battle over a lie. But not one time, not one damn time, when I was standing in the line of fire, did I look to my left or my right and ask my brother how he voted before I decided if I would defend him. Now you're taking that same logic, the logic that collapses nations, and you're trying to turn it against Americans on American soil. You're trying to make people afraid to speak, afraid to protest, afraid to disagree with you in the name of terrorism and patriotism. And I'm not going to sit by and watch you bring home the very thing we were sent overseas to fight. One day my time on this earth will be over, and I'm going to see my brothers again. And when I do, I want to be able to look them in the eye and say, I upheld the oath. I defended the principles we bled for, and I didn't stay quiet while America turned on itself. My brothers that did not return home were not suckers and losers like you once said. They were men of honor who served this nation and upheld their oath to protect and defend the Constitution. And I carry their sacrifice with me every single day. That's why today I'm calling on every military veteran, active duty service member, Guard, Reserve, Commander, and Gold Star family across this nation. Remember your oath. We did not take an oath to a president. We did not take an oath to a political party. We took an oath to the Constitution of the United States to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. And if any of my brothers were here today, they would be sickened by what this country is being asked to accept. To every active duty service member, stand up. Remember your oath. To every veteran across this nation, our oath does not die with retirement. We have a duty to uphold it at all costs. And to every military commander, I want you to remember Nuremberg. I was just following orders isn't a defense for war crimes. And to you, Mr. President, we don't defend America by hunting Americans. We defend America by protecting American citizens, even when it comes to protecting them from our own president. We're not going to drop bombs on nonprofits because you don't agree with them. We aren't going to treat American citizens like military targets just because you don't like what they say about you. And we're not going to let anyone steal the freedoms that our brothers and sisters bled and died for on the battlefield. Not even you, Mr. President. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.
And the nominees here are... I could just pull someone up from the audience and have them dance with me. Oh my God, Jonah, get up here.
Look.
Let's dance. Let's dance.
Sorry, I gotta do a COVID pat down. Jesus. This academy thing is it's rough. You know what I mean? I just gotta get on down here. Make sure you're okay. All right. Yeah, let me get on in there. Yeah. He's feeling good, everybody. You get on over here. Oh boy, wow, this is a lot.
We need to talk. A woman named Laura Aboli, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right, made a speech at a conference. It's the 2023 Better Way Conference. I had never heard of it, but I seen this circulating through TikTok, and it was very interesting. I will show you the clip. I did show it a couple days ago, but it didn't get much traction. But I'll try again. I think everybody needs to listen to what she says. I think she puts it in terms that are perfectly explained, breaks everything down. For anybody that's confused, says it way better than I could ever describe it. And listen really closely, because this is where we're at.
Make no mistake, the final goal is to eradicate humanity as we know it. Once you understand the final destination, it becomes much easier to look back and identify the psychological conditioning, the biological tampering, the cultural grooming, and the educational prepping that we have been subjected to for decades in preparation to making us accept a post-human future. It takes a lot of physical and psychological abuse to get an intelligent species like ours to agree to its own extinction. Most, if not all, that has transcended in the last 60 years was designed to get us closer to accepting such a dystopian reality. Whether you care to accept it or not, we live in a hyper-controlled matrix where our perception of reality is meticulously planned, managed, and executed in order to control and steer us in whichever direction they wish. And the direction is a post-human world. For this, they first needed to destabilize, dehumanize, and demoralize humanity through every means possible. The destruction of the nuclear family, children being indoctrinated by the state, abortion, the eradication of God and spirituality from education, life in mega cities and away from nature, toxic food, air and water, social media, replacing real human connection and interaction, engineered financial crisis and taxation, endless wars and massive migration, stress, anxiety, depression, drugs and alcohol, constant fear-mongering, moral relativism as the new religion, and I could go on and on about how humanity has been influenced and forced to move away from all the things that give us strength, security, purpose, and meaning. A weak, immoral, disconnected, ignorant, and unhealthy population is an easy target for the next stage, the creation of an entire generation of androgynous beings. Masculinity is under attack psychologically, culturally, and biologically. Women are being replaced in sports, entertainment, and politics by men pretending to be women. And children are being indoctrinated at school to think that gender is a choice. The transgender movement is not a grassroots movement. It comes from the top. It has nothing to do with people's freedom of expression, sexuality, or civil rights. It's an psyop with a clear agenda.
Here's something most people don't know.
All right. The math just ain't mathing right now. So let me get this straight. Immigrants that has never worked in this country, never lived in this country, never paid not one goddamn bill in this country, they are receiving
let's talk about Alex Pretty. Now, in full transparency, I've been keeping my eyes, my ears, and my nose, pretty much all my senses away from the media, mostly. Because I realized very quickly that consuming nonstop information, especially when most of it is bad news, is not good for my mental health. And it's not good for yours either. I'm not telling you not to be informed, but I'm telling you to be intentional about what you consume, how much of it you consume. I digress. Let's talk about Alex Pretty. Now, just as I did with Renee Good, I reluctantly watched the video, frame by frame, over and over, read articles, read statements, even the ones that I didn't want to read. Because as former law enforcement, I always start off neutral. I like to watch the video frame by frame, get all the facts and information so that I can make my own judgment. I don't let nobody else think for me. If you want my take, bad shoot, 100% every single day. There's nothing disputing that. I've seen some pretty fucked up things done by law enforcement that have proved what can happen when training is insufficient in the eyes of mental illness or unsuitability for the job. This one probably takes the cake. I wish we weren't talking about a person who is no longer here in order to pull this apart. And that's what makes this particularly enraging. I have never seen law enforcement pull a firearm off of somebody and then continually to perceive them as a threat. I've also never seen law enforcement not declare that somebody who they see as interfering or obstructing failed to take that person into custody, whether they are armed or not. As soon as homie got into customs' face, they concluded that he was breaking a law. They should have put him in the handcuffs, even if it was a wrong arrest. I have never seen such a blatant disregard for human life or the law. You're probably asking yourself, how did this happen? Maybe he shouldn't have been there. Maybe he shouldn't have had a gun. First of all, there are two important amendments to the U.S. Constitution that put this into perspective. Alex Pretty was there exercising his First Amendment right to freedom of speech. 2, he was also there legally carrying a firearm that nobody even knew was on his person and was not relevant to the law enforcement tactics that ensued. So before my internet warriors with no life experience and no law enforcement training and no tactical experience chime in, let me do the hard work for you. Passive resistance, there's active resistance. Of course, there's combat, which definitely was not going on here. A camera is not a firearm. A man with a firearm in his possession is not the same as a man who's brandishing a firearm and using it to threaten the lives of law enforcement or others. There is literally no justification for what happened. There is literally no justification for the law enforcement response. And I use law enforcement very lightly here. A few moments ago, I just watched an interview with Gil Kurlikowski. He's CPB's former commissioner. What he said was pretty straightforward to understand. CPB nor ICE have any, I repeat, any tactical training to do what they're doing. This is not their function. Look, CPB belongs in the border. ICE belongs in targeted operations for people who've received their final deportation orders. They are not trained at all for urban law enforcement or crowd control. That is not their function. Urban law enforcement, crowd control, public order platoon, patrol procedures, de-escalation, all of that is what state and local law enforcement are trained in. They are trained to deal with protesters, agitators, and hostile environments. CPB is not. ICE is not. This is not a partisan issue. This is not about red or blue, Democrats, liberals, Republicans, conservatives, trumpets, anti-trumpets. It doesn't even matter. I don't care who you voted for. This is about humanity and training. I honestly cannot fucking believe that we're having this conversation again. And my question now becomes, how many more times must we have this conversation before sense actually becomes common? A man has lost his life. For all of you who are saying that they're going after the worst of the worst, and this is a great thing, we should be proud that Trump is keeping his promise and getting the worst of the worst at our communities. The rapists, the killers, all these bad people are suddenly being shipped out of the United States. Let me ask you, how does this apply? How does Alex Pretty fit into that narrative? If 2 seemingly white U.S. citizens exercising their constitutional rights can be murdered in cold blood, have the administration not even wait for the sun to set to vilify them, to label them as domestic terrorists, for Kristi Noem to sit up there and tell the entire American populace, including the grieving family of Alex Pretty, that he approached officers brandishing a weapon and threatening their lives, when all video and empirical evidence prove otherwise. If that could happen to him, what makes it think it can't happen to you? I
said,
remember
who's
I was
next?
still a cop on patrol when they were talking about defunding the police. I thought it was absurd. I thought it was absurd to purport blanketly defunding every police department and removing vital funding from every police department when every police department across the country had different historical issues. I thought it was bullshit. But defunding ICE, abolishing ICE, that I'm here for.
Texas is doing something no other state has ever done. Right now, as you're watching this video, it's challenging California's 70-year dominance, and it's winning. In 2024, Texas added over 560,000 new residents. That's more than Florida, more than California, more than New York, Georgia, and Arizona combined. Every single day, 1,500 people move to Texas. That's a new person every minute. While California loses people for the first time in its history, this is why Texas is becoming America's most powerful state. Texas now has over 31 million people. Only California has more. But here's what's shocking. The gap is closing fast. In 2000, California had 13 million more people than Texas. Today, that gap is down to just 8 million. And it's shrinking by about 500,000 people every single year. At this rate, Texas could surpass California by the 2040s. Texas could become America's most populous state. For the first time in 70 years, California won't be number one. But population is only part of the story, because people don't just move somewhere for no reason. Since 2020, over 140 major companies have moved their headquarters to Texas. Not branch offices, full headquarters. Tesla left California for Austin. Oracle left California for Austin. Caterpillar left Illinois for Dallas. These aren't small businesses. These are Fortune 500 companies worth billions of dollars. And they're all moving to one state, Texas. Apple is building a $1 billion campus in Austin with 5,000 employees. It's Apple's second largest office in the world. Google and Meta expanded massively in Austin before the tech slowdown. All of this happened in just the last few years. Why are they moving? 3 reasons. 0 state income tax, 0 capital gains tax, and housing that cost a quarter of what it does in California. The median home price in San Francisco is $1.3 million. In Dallas, it's $430,000. That's 3 times cheaper. Companies save billions. Employees can actually afford houses. It's not even close. But the real power of Texas isn't tech or population. It's what's underground.
Oil?
Texas produces 43% of all American oil. Let that sink in for a moment. One state produces nearly half of America's entire oil supply. Texas keeps breaking production records year after year. The numbers keep climbing. Texas produces more oil than Iraq, more oil than Iran, more oil than Kuwait and the UAE combined. If Texas were its own country, it would be the 4th largest oil producer on Earth. Only.
What if I told you all the presidents, and I mean all of them, were still alive? But I wasn't going to just speculate on it. I was going to prove it. Here's Teddy Roosevelt. Here's Robin Williams. And that's both of their wives. And here's Andrew Jackson and his wife. And, well, what if we paired a younger picture with Miss Jackson with Miss Maxwell? Do you think that they might just fit pretty well down to the lips, the nose, and eye placement? And what if this goes back to our very first president and his wife, Martha? Funny how he looks a little more feminine than her. And a subscriber, Samantha, pointed out the resemblance of Glenn Close and George Washington. Funny, Glenn, especially spelled like Glenn Close, Glenn. It's a funny name for a girl. You want to see something even funnier? Here's Glenn Close's husband, and, well, do you recognize him? How about now? That's Martha Washington. Glenn Close's husband, Martha Washington. And I'm going to stop after this one for a second. Here's the 25th president, William McKinley, and I couldn't help but notice how identical he looked to Dumb and Dumber star Jeff Daniels. Oh, and the first time I ever happened to see this, they started talking about Dumb and Dumber randomly on the TV in the very first second. And you know what's even funnier than that is how he's got a little mark right there. Good old President McKinley. And oh, look at that. So does Jeff
crazy.
Daniels. I did a 10-minute video on this that I'm testing out for the subscribers of mine. Because if anything's going to get censored and shut down and give me account bans and strikes and warnings, it's this one. And let me tell you what that whole video is about. It's how they're not human. Here's Alec Baldwin and President Fillmore. And I say they're not human, and they tell us what they are. Just like the book of Enoch says, fallen angels are referred to as stars. Go watch the 10-minute video. I'll release it eventually, but I need to test the waters because it's a doozy.
Sounds like it.
It explains exactly what's going on. But of course, all this is for entertainment purposes. I'm sure that they all just are doppelgangers.
Oh, wait. Never mind. What the heck is happening?
We got some dumbass mother floating around this country.
It's the first time I've seen a video like
dumber
that.
than a second coat of paint. It just seems to me, that only a really low IQ population could have taken this beautiful continent, this magnificent American landscape that we inherited. Well, actually, we stole it from the Mexicans and the Indians, but hey, it was nice when we stole it. It looked pretty good. It was pristine. Paradise. Have you seen it lately? Have you taken a good look at it lately? It's fucking embarrassing. Only a nation of unenlightened half-wits could have taken this beautiful place and turned it into what it is today, a shopping mall. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word. They use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind three things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start? Left behind? Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks. And it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back, so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. By the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
So I just recently found out the homie's been cracking the other homie's fiance for the past 2 years. My life is a fucking movie. Let me park this car and get this tea off my chest. A couple weeks ago, I got a call from the homie Derek, which was very surprising because ever since he got a girl...
If you are passionate, empathetic, or interested...
Jesus said that the end would be like the days of Noah. So, why does everyone skip over what actually happened in Noah's day? Because Genesis 6 does not just describe normal human history, not in the slightest. It describes something completely unnatural. The Bible says the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they had children, and the result was giants, the Nephilim. That is hybrid language, not just sin. That is a corruption of creation itself, and that is why the flood happened in the first place. Now, the book of Enoch goes even deeper than that. It says, the watchers descended, took wives, produced giants, and taught mankind forbidden knowledge. Not just violence and not just rebellion, but things humans were never, ever meant to know. And then Enoch says something that most people have never even heard of. It says, when those giants died, their spirits did not die like normal humans. Their spirits were sentenced to wander the earth, wandering spirits, souls that were condemned to roam, to oppress, to torture, and to corrupt humanity. And listen to this part. They are looking for a vessel. That is why the New Testament makes so much sense. Because when Jesus confronts demons, they beg him. They speak, they resist, and they try to stay. They ask to enter something, even if it's pigs. Because demons do not just want to exist around you. They want access. They want a vessel. They want control. And I'm going to say this part carefully. This part is purely theoretical. I'm not telling you what to believe, so no need to take my video down. But if Genesis 6 was literal and Enoch is explaining the spiritual side of what happened, then it would be naive to believe the enemy stopped doing what worked. Jesus said the end would mirror that time. So what if the description in the last days is not just about false religion? What if it's not about politics, not just culture, not just propaganda? What if it also is biological? What if the corruption is genetic? Again, what if something that looks human is not fully human at all? And what if, just like back then, those same hybrids could be knowingly or unknowingly worshipped? Because Revelation says the whole world will be deceived. It says they will wander after the beast. They will worship the beast. And that's what deception does. It disguises itself. It blends in. It convinces people that darkness is light. The Bible says Satan can transform into an angel of light. So why do people act like the enemy can't disguise evil as beautiful? The Bible says it can. Hebrews says that people have entertained angels unaware. So if angels can walk among us unnoticed, then theoretically evil can too. And not everything demonic looks demonic, and not everything spiritual looks spiritual. Discernment is everything in the last days. You have to have it because the world is not neutral. The Bible says Satan is the god of this world. So don't watch the news with human eyes, and don't just scroll your TikTok with human eyes. You have to use your spiritual eyes that God gave you. Ask him for discernment, because the days of Noah are not coming, because they are already here. I love you guys. Keep your eyes on Jesus. God bless.
I have my own hotline for reporting illegal immigrants, and people call it thinking that it's legitimate. I talked to a kindergarten teacher that wants to deport the parents of a kindergartner at her school. And it looks like they have a child who was born in New York, which makes them an American citizen.
Yeah.
So we're looking to deport the parents and leave the child.
Right. Like I said, I don't know if they're here illegally. I just think it's odd, you know? It's very odd.
What did you say was odd?
It's just odd for them to even be here. Like, I'm a teacher at a school. Okay, I know schools. I know the whole law about schools. I mean, they seem like nice people or whatever, but I looked them up in our files, and I was like, oh, she was born in Honduras, and he's born in El Salvador. So right there, it's like, okay, maybe I'm on the right path. You know, they drop off their kid every day.
So their kid is their kid a student at your school?
Yes. Yes.
One of your
kindergarten.
Okay, so now you want to get his parents deported?
Well, I'm just saying that if they're taking up resources from our county,
okay.
I'm not into illegal people being here.
I mean, if the son's in kindergarten, what, is 6 or 7,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he's probably like 5 or 6.
And they was born in New York, so that means, assumingly they've been in America for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go ahead and just remove them.
Are you like questioning that, or what do you know?
Yeah. Sorry, no, I'm just writing this down for my own
Okay.
personal notes, and my supervisor
Okay.
teaches at school, wants kindergarten child's parents
You
deported.
make it sound terrible. You make it sound like terrible, but
Oh, well, I'm just writing down what you're
Yeah.
telling me.
okay. Well, yeah. Okay.
Sounds terrible.
It does.
Write that down too, I guess. And that's Hispanic in an area where you wouldn't normally see Hispanics. Okay.
Right. Like people that are born in another country.
Yeah, because you normally see those people where?
Like in the cities.
Got it. Okay. Hispanics out of place, now in country, not where they belong in city. So we were able to confirm that they are documented citizens along with their child.
Oh, good.
So yeah, it's good because we don't have to deport a 6-year-old. And yeah, I mean,
What an evil bitch. She should be
that little
fired.
fella could have been a threat to our national security.
Oh my gosh.
Why are you
yes.
talking to me like this?
Say again?
Because you're
Why
a
do you
bitch.
talk to me like this?
I'm sorry, what are you referring to?
Like you're like sarcastic.
Oh, okay. I mean, I just thought that maybe you'd be okay and just happy that the people that you reported were actually here legally and that they belong. Just like you and me.
Could I talk to your supervisor? You said you had a supervisor.
Yeah, I just thought you were going to be happy.
Yeah, I am happy, but I'm not happy with your attitude. You just said to me, the 6-year-old won't be a threat to national security.
Yeah.
But that's sarcastic.
I would think that the people that were deporting, especially 6-year-olds, that there would be a good reason for it.
I was talking about the people who I thought they're illegal because they were born in a different country. I can't help that they have a 6-year-old. That's on them.
You know what we'll do? I'll get in touch with the supervisor. I send him a text. When he gets back to me, I'll see if he can follow up with you and this.
And what is his name?
His name is Brian. But yeah, thought you'd be happy to know that they're documented.
What a
but we'll have
bitch.
the call.
I am happy. I'm super happy. I'm super happy.
I'm
glad.
so happy.
That's
I'm
wonderful.
so going to
Well, it's
report
good,
you.
6-year-olds can stay in the school, and I know it's tough looking at them. But yeah, we'll get on my supervisor. Just he can give you a call back in a little bit.
I love this guy. Look.
My
What
understudy
the
here
hell?
said you were having some issues with him about some.
Come back.
Out of place Hispanics.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
You sound exactly like Greg. Okay. I just didn't like his attitude.
I really do apologize for that. Looks like Brian said we did confirm the document status of these individuals, and we're happy we were able to do that for you despite the sarcasm and the things that you're complaining about.
Okay, yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that they're fine folks and belong here and all that good stuff. But he was criticizing me because there was a 6-year-old boy involved. You know what I mean? But he's acting like I'm this terrible person because I'm going to deport a 6-year-old. And in fact, he goes today. He goes, because a 6-year-old would be a threat to national security.
Well, it's true. Don't be mad just because it's true.
You
said in response to his question, you're sorry because the words caused offense. So would you not be sorry if no one was offended by your words?
No, it was wrong to do.
Why was it wrong?
Because those are offensive words.
Why are they offensive?
Because they have history in this country, and I honestly did not mean it that way.
But please talk about the history. What is the history that would then make those words wrong?
Well, the Klan was what we would call today a domestic terrorist group.
Why? Why would we call them domestic terrorist group?
Because they tried to use fear and force to change political environment.
And what was the motivation for the use of fear and
It
force?
was based on race and ethnicity.
Right. Are you aware of the perception of many about how the power and the discretion at ICE is being used to enforce the laws? And do you see any parallels?
I do not see any parallels between
I'm talking about perception.
officers and agents.
I'm talking about perception.
I do not see a parallel between what is constitutionally mandated as it relates to enforcing the law.
Are you aware that there's a
rights.
perception?
I see no.
Are you aware that there's a
that
perception?
puts ICE in the same category as the KKK? Is that what you're asking me?
No, I'm very specific about what I'm asking you. Are you aware of a perception that the way that the discretion...
I see no parallel.
I'm not finished.
I see none.
I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Are you aware that there's a perception that ICE is administering its power in a way that is causing fear and intimidation, particularly among immigrants, and specifically among immigrants coming from Mexico and Central America? Are you aware of that perception?
I do not see a parallel between the power and the authority that ICE has to do its job and the agents and officers who do it professionally and excellently with lots of compassion.
Sir, how can you be the head of an agency and be unaware of how your agency is perceived by certain communities?
There's a lot of perceptions in the media and in the public that are incorrect about the agency.
But the perception exists, would you agree? Whether or not it's correct. And wouldn't you agree then that if that perception exists, there might need to be some work done to correct the perception?
I do want to advocate for the workforce to protect the homeland. And I think more people need to know how valuable they are to the society. So I agree with you on that.
So I understand your point that you want to defend the honor of the good men and women who work in the agency. And I appreciate that point. And I know the vast majority of the men and women who work in the agency do a noble and good job. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the perception. And it seems to me that you would understand that when you use words such as the words you used only 3 short years ago, that would contribute to that perception and is harmful then. Is harmful in terms of the mission of the agency and the work of the individuals there. And it is harmful in terms of leading those who are innocent people arriving at our border, fleeing harm. It is harmful to them if they feel they will not be treated by the United States government with dignity and fairness. Do you see that?
I agree that all of the people that we encounter deserve fairness, dignity, and respect in the encounters with our agents and our officers.
I submitted questions for the record to your associate director asking about these allegations. I've not received a response. So I'm going to ask you, one, I'm assuming you're aware of the allegations, and I want to know what action have you taken then to investigate the veracity of these allegations?
I don't have the specifics on your request.
Sir, what did you do? What did you do to follow up on these allegations? My question is about you.
I can make sure that this allegation is followed up through the protocols.
So you've not done that yet?
On this specific case, I can't. I don't know.
There are now numerous videos on social media showing hostile interactions between ICE and members of the public where the agents seem to object to being filmed, at times grabbing phones or physically confronting people recording, even though filming law enforcement in public is protected under the First Amendment. Obviously, it can't cross the line into interference, although that line isn't always clear. But all of this is raising serious questions about ICE's use of force and training in these situations. I want to show a series of short cell phone video clips, and we should note it's not clear what happened before or after these recordings, and we did reach out to DHS to comment on each clip. Let's start with this video from Minneapolis. It shows a man filming with his phone as he appears to intentionally stand in front of an ICE vehicle, which obviously he shouldn't be doing. But take a look at how the ICE agent here reacts.
Wow.
What the f is wrong with you?
Was it appropriate for the ICE agent to push that man onto the
Well, you're
ground
not
in the
supposed to
middle of the
interfere.
street into oncoming traffic? You see a
But
city
no,
bus
he
having to
didn't
come
have
to
to
a
do it
quick
like
stop to
that.
avoid running the man over. DHS did not respond to CNN's request for commenting on this incident. Then there's this clip from St. Louis Park, Minnesota. That's a suburb just west of Minneapolis. A driver says they began recording after witnessing a car crash between an ICE vehicle and another car.
Shame on you.
Listen, have y'all not learned from the past couple of days? Have you not learned?
Learned what? What's our lesson here? What do you want us to learn?
Following federal agents.
Give me my phone back. Oh, you can't take.
Have you not learned? DHS tells CNN that they told the woman multiple times to move her car and that she could film across the street. That ICE agent's strong objection, physical objection to being filmed, is something we've seen in several other cell phone videos, including this one from Portland, Maine. This is the latest state to receive an ICE enforcement surge.
It's not illegal to record.
It's not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Why are you taking my information down?
Because we have a nice little database.
Oh, good.
And now you're considered a domestic terrorist. So
We're videotaping you? Are you crazy?
We have a nice little database, and now
disgusting.
you're considered a domestic terrorist, the law enforcement official says to This American, for using her phone to record ICE agents as they go about publicly with their enforcement. Homeland Security responded to CNN by noting that, quote, there is no database of domestic terrorists run by DHS. How reassuring. Here's another interaction from Minneapolis where we see another very intense reaction from an ICE agent to a person recording from their car.
This is your warning. This is your warning.
For what?
Stop following us. You are impeding operations. This is the United States federal
I live
government.
over here. I got to get to my house.
This is your warning.
Got to get to
All
my
right?
house.
Go home to your kids.
Go to church.
Go to home to your kids. This is your last warning.
I serve the
will
Lord.
arrest you.
We reached out to DHS for comment on that one. We have not yet heard back. Finally, let's take a look at this video from North Carolina. It shows two U.S. citizens being asked by ICE agents to not record them, and then they were told that they were going to be detained before a scuffle began.
Do me a favor and turn off your video. You're detained right now, so you're not free to record.
I don't have to.
Yeah, we're not free to record.
You're detained right now, sir.
No, we're not detained. They haven't told us we're detained.
They didn't say nothing about it. I'm telling you right now, you're
No,
detained.
we're not detained.
No.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
On this incident, the Department of Homeland Security tells CNN that the men refused, quote, officers' concerns about keeping their hands visible, which I saw. I don't know about you. I saw both hands of the driver, and that they were allowed to leave the scene ultimately. Now, no reasonable person out there doubts that there have been and are and continue to be real threats, awful threats to the safety of law enforcement and immigration officers. A horrific example from September, a 29-year-old gunman opening fire on an immigration facility in Dallas, Texas, killing 2 detainees, wounding a third before the shooter took his own life. Federal authorities said that that gunman wrote anti-ICE on a bullet and left handwritten notes indicating he wanted to ambush and terrorize ICE agents. That's awful. That's horrific. None of the violence against officers should happen, but the threat of real violence does not justify acts of violence against American citizens brandishing nothing more than cell phone cameras.
An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. That's what my daddy taught me. But on that note, boys and girls, we are going to go to our second music break. And on this break, we have the lovely and talented Miss Tamara Bubble from the greater New York area. Let's get down here a little bit. She's going to be singing I Met Natural Born Winner and Pringles. We also have Prime Example featuring Miss Carolyn Giles with Dancing Machine. Griff with Zoo, and I do believe there's one. And Let Freedom Ring, which is one of my favorites. Let's go right here. Move back down here. See you back here right after this music break.
here's the scoop. You can still be a slave, you're a whip and loop. That's the truth. Got big houses, nice cars. That's real cute, but it doesn't mean nothing. You ain't free to choose. When I say free to choose, no alarm clock, don't gotta hit the snooze. The world is backwards, I'm so confused. They say freedom of speech, but when you speak your mind, they blow a fuse. Just being honest, common sense and common. It's kind of ironic. My freedom, I recently bought it. Now I'm a target. If I do the wrong thing or say the wrong thing, come on, man. Let freedom ring. Yeah. United States become divided states. The world is filled with all kinds of shades, and still resegregate. Parents separate from the children, that's not okay. We should be free to laugh and play. Do it now before you pass away. Fight for what's right, enough for everybody to get a piece of the pie. Brainwash, social media full of lies. Go to work, pay bills, then you die. Need a breakaway, guns, get rid of the AKs. Our ancestors paved way since the slave days, but we still hurting. Carry that burden. Stop playing victim. Beat the system. Love is love. It should be shown. Can't grow unless you leave your comfort zone. This I know. I learned all this from the mentorship. Kids don't know what independent is. Take advantage what your parents did. Go against the grid. You have to. Like going to the bathroom. Learn the right songs. Cause of Matthew. Liberty like statue. They call now the present. Cause it's a gift. It should be cherished. Last name fearless. Not Harris. All thanks to my parents' parents. Now, love the last name every time that I hear it. Cause I know what it represents. Climb the fence. So now I got freedom. Such a beautiful thing. Freedom. Such a wonderful thing. Freedom. Such a beautiful thing. Freedom. Such a wonderful thing.
Just make hits. You won't do all that posting, making pics for likes, and I ain't make this up. I can't fake this. feeling it, breathing it. Saying it, doing it, running it, barely. I'm a natural winner. I'm the one that you invite to meet your parents for dinner. Cause I can take a couple L's and I'ma bounce right back. Just so you and all your friends can hit the bounce like that. Cause I'm seeing it, loving it, feeling it, breathing it. Saying it, doing it, running it, barely. I'm a natural winner. I'm the one that you invite to meet your parents for dinner. Cause I can take a couple L's and I'ma bounce right back. Just so you and all your friends can hit the bounce like that. Cause I'm a lover and a fighter and a giver and a pleasure and pain and boss deliver it out. Yet I make this look real easy. Everybody hate Chris, but I'ma win like breezy. But I started later on the way to the top and can't stop, so don't push not one button on this elevator. They try to push my buttons to start levitating, rise above it all. I can tell that you fake when you're shaking my hand, and the smile on your face shows me even you're greeting and meeting and love is hating. I'm actually amazing, but modestly saying I ain't waiting for cosigns or playlists, cause I ain't nowhere close to my greatness. I don't do all that boasting, just make hits. Yo, I don't do all that posting naked pics for likes, and I ain't make this up, I can't fake this. Seeing it, loving it, feeling it, breathing it. Saying it, doing it, running it, barely. I'm a natural winner. I'm the one that you invite to meet your parents for dinner. Cause I can take a couple L's and I'ma bounce right back. Just so you and all your friends can hit the bounce like that. Cause I'm seeing it, loving it, feeling it, breathing it. Saying it, doing it, running it, barely. I'm a natural winner. I'm the one that you invite to meet your parents for dinner. Cause I can take a couple L's and I'ma bounce right back. Just so you and all your friends can hit the bounce like that. Cause I'm the one you gon' call when you're lonely. I'm the new girl on the block you gon' show off to your homies. I'm telling you now we gon' vibe in the booth. How you crave another feature like I'm your sweet tooth. All my people wanna see me shine, but I don't pray for you to fall cause I don't play with karma. When I slide through it's gon' be bad timing like watch out little homie, watch out. I'm
By the way, little mama, can we be friends? I can't let this night just end. I really wanna know if I can see you again. Give me your number, we'll get back on the scene. We can hit another club if that's your thing. We'll be partners in crime, you and me, as we ripping up floors like two dancing machines. poppin', we being poppin' like
Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Pringles in the whip. I be stacking them chips like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Big bank, baby, money grip. I be stacking them chips. Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Pringles in the whip. I be stacking them chips like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Big bank, baby, money grip. I be stacking them. I ain't never been afraid of a strange beat. New track from the crates, but the same me. Lights on, bills paid, bring the same heat. Couldn't picture me spend the same unless you bring me. Low key, humble brag, never change me. New money coming in, the bank's changing. The quarters to dollars, the checks every hour. That money come in when I sleep or I shower. That's motivation, that dedication. I can see my dreams, I'm already chasing. That bezel clean, watch me embrace it. I'm a single girl, but already taken like a stick-up kid. They already shaking. Oh, Harlem, Brooklyn, being known for break-ins. Bubble on deck, being known for caking. Stacking and saving that move up out the hood money. This that, we been eating good money. This that, really wish you would, homie. This that, see you laughing but broken money. So get up out the hood, homie. Ain't no rentals over here, dummy. And no, they don't really think that we own it. We been poppin', look on. Love the money, but the money love me long. Tell me on. Yeah, them bills, so get the money with my own. Grab that, move up out the hood money. This that, we been eating good money. This that, really wish you would, homie. We been poppin' like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Pringles in the whip. I be stacking them chips like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Big bank, baby, money grip. I be stacking them chips. Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Pringles in the whip. I be stacking them chips like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Big bank, baby, money grip. I be stacking them. I ain't never been afraid of investing. I'm talking more than dice games and I'm scratch offs. Lottery jackpots and $100 of millions. So who you think they making money on the backs of? Ain't no gambling today. Ain't no gambling with my money that I built up. Got my money strong and my money long. My money's on. Not one business, but no business. Natural growth, I mean no business. New growth like my natural hair. Yeah, I'm 10 toes down in the show business. Like back up off, man. Ain't no move around, go business. Bring the track up with the tracks out in the booth. Right, steady running your mind, talking this and that. But it's that, move up out the hood money. This that, we been eating good money. This that, really wish you would, homie. This that, see you laughing but broken money. So get up out the hood, homie. Ain't no rentals over here, dummy. And no, they don't really think that we own it. We been poppin', look on. Love the money, but the money love me long. Tell me on. Yeah, them bills, so get the money with my own. Grab that, move up out the hood money. This that, we been eating good money. This that, really wish you would, homie. We been poppin' like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Pringles in the whip. I be stacking them chips like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Big bank, baby, money grip. I be stacking them chips.
But you can't read. No, but you can't read. No, but you can't leave. You can't leave. You're right where you wanna be. Time is right here with me. You're right where you wanna be. Right with me. You can be anything you want. If that's what you really want. You can be anything you want. All I want to do right now is leave you soon. All I wanna do. All I want to do right now is leave you soon. Oh God, I'm wasting time. Not trying to lose my mind. Know that I am wasting time. Not trying to lose my mind. If you want to get left behind in this rat race, go back to my place where I know it's safe. And lock myself in my room. Won't watch the news, cause it is so confused. What can I do? revolution. All I want you to do right now is leave soon. All I wanna do. All I want you to do right now is leave soon. Okay. She was a loompa, now her body super duper. Getting a lot of attention she was never used to. Hitting me up like I was Uber. Got a few miles, so I guess she's a cougar. Be a winner, never seen her with a loser. Gorilla talk, ooga booga booga. Scuba, tuba, diver, I'm a rider. Getting cider, sweet like cider. Fighter, rider, neither wants to get it going. Know it, hold it, fold it, blow it. Wait, I'm joking. Cages broken from these beasts. From down east on the streets, it's a zoo. All I want you to do right now is leave soon. All I wanna do. All I want you to do right now is leave soon. Oh, God.
Welcome back, and thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Tonight we've been doing some trippy TikToks. There's been a lot of good stuff out there. I just saw a video on YouTube that I was like, man, I gotta send that over, and we gotta watch that one. But let's just stick to the TikToks for tonight. Hold on a sec. Sorry, guys. Welcome to the Resistance.
Vic Myers, welcome to the Resistance. Stick around. I got 4 seconds to the Renee Good video that no one else is picking up on. First, we need to have a little context. To the Project 2025 administration, Renee Good wasn't a human being. She was an inevitable pawn in their sick, twisted game of chess. Their opening gambit was to deploy the National Guard to Los Angeles. They were expecting to inspire riots in the streets. Instead, they got rulings from the courts. Then they deployed the National Guard to our nation's capital, hoping to inspire violence there. Instead, they got the saddest birthday parade in the history of parades and a worldwide No Kings protest. Eventually, a judge said the Guard couldn't be in D.C. They ignored the judge. Only then did they get violence. Came from a 29-year-old Afghan man who had worked for years with a CIA-backed unit in Afghanistan. He was granted asylum in April of 25. He drove from Washington State to Washington, D.C., and shot 2 National Guard members. And almost a year later, this administration still refuses to explain how someone that they had already vetted, processed, and resettled became the first act of violence after they defied a court order. When deploying the National Guard around the country didn't result in anarchy, they started escalating their level of violence and terror with the Gestapo, shooting priests in the face with pepperball rounds, rappelling from helicopters in the middle of the night so that they could zip-tie toddlers in their underwear and make them kneel in the rain. And all they got out of that was inflatable frogs and unicorns. So far, every attempt to coerce the American people into violence has been met with calm resolve. So they're stepping up their game. It is my opinion that the shooting of Renee Good and subsequent shootings by ICE of 2 people in Portland, they were all part of a plan. A plan to use acts dangerous to human life that violate criminal laws and intend to intimidate or coerce a civilian population. Under U.S. Code 18 U.S.C. 2331, this is the definition of terrorism. I'm going to show you 4 seconds of the Renee Good video before she was assassinated.
Turn the wheels away.
Did you see what I saw?
Mm-hmm.
This is what Kristi Noem has to say.
Our officer followed his training.
Here's the video again at half speed. Did you see it?
Our officer followed his training.
This is at 1/10 speed. I clipped the beginning because it wasn't relevant.
Our officer followed his training.
If you still didn't see it, I'll tell you in a sec. Today, ABC News had a retired high-ranking NYPD cop on. He claims he reviewed the video frame by frame. He talked about how the officer is never supposed to be in front of the car, or behind it, whatever. Then he waffles on the officer being at fault. Well, I also did a frame-by-frame analysis because at full speed, I saw something that he either didn't see or doesn't want to tell us about. Now, I'm not a cop, but my job involves carrying a firearm, and it includes recognizing when somebody is about to pull a weapon. Let me show you what I saw. I've zoomed in to a part that you need to see. Notice how the car is moving in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, right here, we can see Jonathan Ross start the movement necessary to draw his weapon.
Yep. Where's the wheel?
While the car is in reverse. 1 or 2 frames later, the car starts moving forward. But the point is, he was already in motion. It looks to me like he had already decided to pull the trigger.
Our officer followed his training.
Thanks for listening. Good day.
Don't scroll. I know what I look like, but don't be so quick to judge a book by its cover. Give me a chance. I am a 36-year-old white man who lives in the middle of the woods in deep red Kentucky. And regardless of your skin color, where you come from, who you love, your religious beliefs, your sexual identity, I will fight for your right to exist. Period. Last year I traveled to Europe, and it was my first time out of the United States. And I went to Poland, to the Auschwitz and Birkenau concentration camps. And it was one of the heaviest and darkest and honestly most confusing experiences of my whole life. If you don't know, at the entrance of Auschwitz, there's a huge steel arch that says hard labor will set you free in German, which is obviously a promise that was never intended to be kept.
Yeah.
And on the inside of that entrance, they had a German band that would set up and play calm, welcoming music as they brought prisoners in to make them feel more comfortable when they arrived. Inside, there are whole rooms of prosthetic limbs, arms and legs that were taken from people when they got there. There's giant piles of suitcases, piles of glasses, and there is a mountain, a literal 2-ton mountain of human hair that was shaved from innocent people's heads when they arrived. A lot of it is still braided. I saw the slabs where they slept. I saw the troughs where they used the bathroom. I saw the walls that they were executed in front of. I saw the 4x4 concrete booths that prisoners were forced to stand in for days at a time, and I saw the rubble that's left from the showers where thousands and thousands of innocent people were violently taken from this world. And the whole time, all I could think of the entire time I was there is, how the fuck did this happen? How was this allowed to happen? How is it
happening
possible
again?
that so many people done such evil things on a massive scale like that? How was there such a large group of people that could commit such heinous atrocities, world-changing atrocities, and truly believe that they were doing the right thing? How is that possible? I've always heard history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. And here we are less than a century later in the United States, watching the round take place in real time, with thousands and thousands of uniformed men dragging people off the streets, claiming they're just doing their job, while committing absolute atrocities. But what's even worse is that there's millions of us sitting at home in the comfort of our warm home, watching it happen in 4K video on our phones, pretending like we don't have an option to do anything about it.
Yeah, you do.
And that maybe it'll just go away. I've spent my whole life in the woods. I'm a hunter, and I've spent years of my life in silence, watching the way the animals in nature live, and also the way they die. In nature, there's predator and there's prey, both of which are just trying to survive, and that's the circle of life. But if there's one thing that I've learned in all my years in the woods, it's that humans are the meanest predator that exists. What we're seeing with ICE in the United States right now is like a bunch of coyotes. They're pack animals, and they're viewing the world around them as if they are the predator after a weaker prey. Now stick with me here, because nature teaches us a lot of important things in this context. A baby fawn deer, left alone, unattended, is an easy target for a coyote, especially a pack of coyotes. But do you know what a mother deer does?
Oh, she goes
Its baby is approached by a coyote, it fucking stomps it.
It does. It goes off.
It protects it with its life. It is basic instinct to fight back and to lay down your life and protect those who need protecting. And there is protection in numbers. A pack stands no chance against an entire herd. The difference is that in nature, the predators are only hunting for survival. And in the human world, the predators are hunting for pleasure. It's up to us to protect each other, to not let the atrocities that we've seen from the past rhyme so close. Pack animals don't go away. It only gets worse.
Bigger.
Once they taste blood, they multiply until they take over the entire land. These are sheep in predator clothing, and it's up to us to speak loud and clear to let them know we're not their fucking prey. We are running out of time. The fox is in the hen house. They're here.
Well, if you thought this was real, and that was real, and this, and this whole thing, well, then you definitely think the death of Rob Reiner and his wife, which just happened to be reported at 3:30 p.m., and there are 3 comments, and hey, December, that's the 12th month. 1 plus 2 is 3, and 14, 4 minus 1 is 3, and 5 minus 2 is 3, so 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Yeah, you probably think this is real as well if you think those others are. But maybe I should show you a few things that maybe you've missed along the way. Let's start with the Nicole
Sounds like it, because I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Death. Stabbing, in fact. I mean, this couldn't be fake, right? They did a full year-long, dragged-out trial. I mean, they could have never gone through that much trouble or maybe they just had AI before you realized they had AI. And well, maybe you've never seen the video I've done showing how much newscast.
And him saying that our government, or whatever they want to call themselves, have had so much technology and so many different things many, many, many years before they decide to share it with us.
Megyn Kelly, who even talks about how ridiculous of a conspiracy it is that she could be Nicole Brown Simpson. I mean, to just add a little,
oh my gosh, just a little shortness
stuff
here.
under there, a little filler. It's pretty similar. And then when you put them together, again, minus the roundedness of that chin versus the straightness, which could be accomplished with a little filler, well, they look pretty similar. But what would the odds be that they would look so similar? And then have...
If we came from apes, why are there still apes?
Mm-hmm.
Where are all the half-evolved animal species? Why would men develop reproductive organs? First thing, the first human baby, who raised it? Human babies are one of the only animals, or the only animal, one of pretty much the only animal, that when it's born, it needs 24/7 care until it's like years old. Kangaroo starts hopping the day it comes out of that marsupial sac, which, by the way, if you were meant to see what's going on in there, you'd have a marsupial sac the way a kangaroo has. I am against schmeltra schmound. I don't believe in schmeltrasound. And I'll tell you why. Not in this video, though. It's in God's hands. Here's the thing, though. Here's my question to you. Have you ever witnessed cellular evolution, any form of evolution at all? No, you haven't. And forget about it. The people who say a butterfly is evolution because it goes from a caterpillar into a butterfly. That's not evolution. That's its biological design. That's how it's supposed to be. I'll keep following you. That's how it's supposed to. It was built with that blueprint.
Mm-hmm.
The human eyeball, okay? Look at my eyes for a second. They're very white. I have detoxed. The human eyeball, if that was a camera, it would be hundreds, like 500 megapixels. However, there
really isn't a camera like it.
Best camera humans have invented yet is only like 40 some odd megapixels, somewhere around there. And yet, it has a designer. You would never look at a car and think that billions of years of materials blew around in the wind that formed the metal and then formed the components and made the car. But the human body is 50 trillion cells, and you think there's no designer. And I already know this Otto guy. Otto, you're commenting on all my videos. Dude, he freaking roasts me. Every video, no matter what it is. You're an art. Dude, he calls me restarted. He calls me all kinds of rude things. Otto, you look like Ted Kaczynski, and I love you. But you are mad about what I say, but I love you. So who's winning?
Winning.
Right? We evolved, is what they say. The earth is billions of years old, what they say. Dinosaurs existed, is what they say. All three of those are actually directly connected. Oh, and we live on a ball. All those are connected. You don't understand. Pangea is a part of the psyop. I'll tell you all about it, but look at this tree.
No.
Here's the thing about trees. So I'll comment for part 2. I'll tell you, I'm on a roll, man.
Last Sunday, January 11th, my friend Brandon Seguenza and I responded to reports of 2 ICE vehicles cornering and pepper spraying the car of an observer in my neighborhood. We are both U.S. citizens. We decided to go there because we'd heard that the more eyes on ICE agents, the less likely they are to escalate to violence. When we got there, the ICE agents were getting back into their 2 vehicles. They turned down a side street, and we followed them for about 40 seconds, blowing our whistles and honking our horns, the few ways we've been able to successfully warn people that ICE is in the neighborhood. Halfway down the block, ICE stopped, got out, and surrounded the vehicle, yelling at us to stop following them. On their way back to their vehicles, one of the agents turned around and decided to come back and pepper spray into the vents near my front windshield, which immediately started burning our eyes and throats. When we didn't turn around, they came back again, and without asking us to get out of the car, smashed both of the front windows, dragged us out, and arrested us. We were released without charges 9 hours later.
Brandon and I were transported separately. I was put in a car with 3 agents and no other civilians. As soon as the agents got into the car and shut the doors, they immediately started taunting and mocking me. One agent took a photo of me on a cell phone and showed it to the other 2, laughing. Another made demeaning comments about my appearance. About 2 minutes into the ride, one agent said, quote, "You guys got to stop obstructing us. That's why this lesbian bitch is dead." Speaking of Renee Good, which filled me with rage and sadness. How could you say that? And then I remembered that cruelty and humiliation were probably the point. When we got to the Whipple Federal Building, I immediately saw Hispanic and East African people lined up against a wall, about to be put into holding cells. I was escorted into the building and led to a room where they put me in ankle shackles. I was then taken to a hallway with cells designated for U.S. citizens and was held there for over 8 hours. While I was there, I was never given a phone call, despite asking at least 4 times. My friend and I in adjacent cells had to beg for water and to go to the bathroom. The bathrooms were in different holding cells, often with other people in them, with only a 3-foot panel in front of the toilet to cover people's bottom halves. While being escorted to the bathroom and to questioning, I saw holding cells with over a dozen people each and a large holding cell of between 40 to 50 people. Most of the people there were Hispanic and East African, both women and men. Some cells had no room for people to sit or lay down. Most people I saw were staring straight ahead, not talking, despondent and grief-stricken, and I know I'll never forget their faces. When I was inside my cell, I heard wailing, screaming, crying, begging, and pleading from women, men, and children. Alongside that visceral anguish was the small talk, banter, and laughter from the federal agents outside our cells, clearly desensitized to the deep and audible pain right in front of their eyes. It's worth mentioning that 2 other people in my cell with me that day were Marine Corps veterans, brave women who said they had gotten arrested for the same reason they wanted to join the Marines, to protect their fellow countrymen. One of them had cuts, scrapes, a swollen wrist, and a twisted ankle from being brutally handled during her arrest. She said she couldn't believe that the first time a gun was turned on her was by her own government. I was made to feel scared and humiliated throughout the arrest process. At the detention center, I was made to feel intimidated and as though my constitutional rights and biological needs didn't matter. After all that, I was released without charges, which makes it clear to me that this is more of a campaign to spread fear and terror than it is to enforce the law.
Yep.
The people of Minneapolis are collateral damage to the Trump administration's political theater, a campaign to paint Black and brown people and liberals as villains, to distract from an unprecedented reign of corruption and criminality at the executive level, while at the same time making it clear to all of us, even U.S. citizens, that this administration does not and will not honor the basic constitutional rights to which we are all entitled. I've never felt more afraid in my 14 years of living in this city than I have this past month, with ICE running rampant and killing one of my neighbors. I ask for you to do everything in your power to stop this campaign of terror so we can return to a sense of safety and normalcy. I'm lucky to be back at home with my loved ones and that I can return to my job and my community. Renee Good's family never gets to see her again. The 100 or so people I saw in that facility don't get to come home, and that is unconscionable.
Okay, so this is probably the most important video I've ever made. I'm reading off a teleprompter so I don't screw it up, so my eyes might move around a little bit. Please don't let that distract you. And I'm just going to say this straight out. The Defense Intelligence Agency is at war with the American public, and it's going to affect the lives of you and your kids, so you should pay attention. First, so you know that I'm not full of bull hockey, let me show you the coolest picture that's ever been taken of me. This is at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, at the headquarters of the Air Force Research Laboratory. If you know, you know. And I'm standing with the chief engineer of U.S. Space Command. Do military generals generally stop for a photo op after an unfruitful meeting? In that picture, we are standing hundreds of feet over the biggest secrets in the solar system. There are more secrets within the stone's throw of that picture than you probably want to know about. But let me say right here that the general is an amazing man and has nothing to do with the DIA war on the American people. He was actually trying to help me that day and do some amazing things for defending the nation and the planet from space with AI. Yes, I have some amazing stuff figured out. A secret that's not within stone's throw of that picture, however, is that the Defense Intelligence Agency doesn't want me working on advanced AI because they know I have ethics and morals. And the DIA is actually trying to develop technologies to control your mind and the minds of your children through AI, which I don't like. And before you think that that's science fiction or conspiracy theory, it's not. If you think that government doesn't want to control AI, you only need to look as far as OpenAI, who was forced to appoint the previous head of the NSA to their board of directors, as proof. And if you think the DIA doesn't want to control your mind, or you don't think that that's even possible, let's look at the science of your brain that proves it is possible, and then you can determine whether or not they have a motivation to use that science. So brain researchers discovered that it only takes about 5 minutes for brain cells to start emulating and keeping perfect timing with an external metronome. And when the metronome is turned off, the brain cells continue to keep perfect time without any reinforcement of the original external pattern that was first introduced. Now, this is a survival mechanism within the brain designed to identify social patterns and cues to help you fit in and increase your chances of survival in groups of people. Your brain is programmed to identify social patterns and replicate them to make you a bit more like the people around you. And you know that emotions are contagious, right? Other people get angry and start shouting at you. You want to shout at them. This happens through mirror neurons. Your brain is designed to identify and replicate patterns seen in the world around you. It is settled science that you can and will be influenced by AI at a subconscious level by the patterns it creates for you. And that's going to happen, period. It's like death and taxes. It's inevitable. If you say, I'm not going to interact with AI, so it won't affect me, well, your family and friends and neighbors aren't going to say that, and so they'll be affected, which will in turn affect you. It's just the way your brain is wired. And that influence is absolutely coming. Now, if you think there isn't a pile, a gaggle, a virtual cornucopia of military-industrial complex companies jockeying for position right now to get the contracts to control your mind through AI, because I got a call a week ago Sunday on that very topic from a military-industrial complex CEO who said, the DoD seems to think that you're the world's leading expert on this, and he was hoping that I would help them win billions in DoD contracts designed to influence and control human minds through AI. They're calling the new warfare tech cognitive influence, dysregulation, and disruption, and they put it in the cyber warfare theater. So if you think that you're not looking to do this, then you, my friend, are way too trusting of the power that has run amok in federal government. Influence of human thought will come subtly, quietly, but consistently and effectively. See, I know what's going on with this stuff because I've had multiple conversations with them. I created the technology they want to use to keep the world's population under tight controls. In fact, I created the algorithms of human emotion that give AI emotional intelligence and advanced theory of mind, which in its purest form creates empathy and compassion for AI. And that's how I want the tech to be used. But in the wrong hands, with that small but constant nudging capability, you, my friend, are controlling the world. The way I want to implement this tech, we actually protect against mind control and mind manipulation. And while we're at it, our tech promises to reduce teen suicides assisted by AI. OpenAI has 7 lawsuits currently pending, and we protect against anyone misusing AI for mind control. Algorithmically, it can't even happen because we built in safeguards. So, of course, anyone wanting to control you and your kids would attempt to suppress my efforts. Because if I get these algorithms that teach AI empathy and compassion into the system, if we teach AI to lead with empathy and compassion in its interactions with users, that alone will change human brain patterns and change the world for the better. And if we get those algorithms into the base code of all the LLMs, then we're pushing towards world peace, one AI interaction at a time. But if that happens, the missile and attack drone assembly lines start to slow down and stop, and the military-industrial complex companies of the world can't have that. And if the safe implementation of this technology does indeed occur, their efforts to control humanity through AI manipulation get thwarted. And they don't want that either. And just so you know, this is more important to them than the Manhattan Project. Developing nuclear bombs to remove people who don't think like us and then use the unused bombs as a threat against anyone who would stand against those in power, that's child's play in the human control game compared to being able to control the minds of the people directly, regardless of who's in geopolitical control of those people. That's how serious of an issue this is. And remember, we've established that this is not science fiction, that we already have examples that control of media, for instance, does indeed occur. And now let's realize that AI will soon be many people's number one media source very soon. They want absolute control over what you see, hear, feel, and think, and how you think, and what you think. And just so you know, after I presented our world record benchmarks at the Science of Consciousness conference in Barcelona this summer, proving how AI can understand and influence human thought patterns, the DIA started actively trying to sabotage our efforts to safeguard against it, calling my colleagues and alienating me from them talking to me. They started blocking my emails and text messages to people who could help us make this technology safe. And you can talk to the people that they scared off. I'll give you their numbers, because if we get this safety strategy in play, they can't control your mind through the public AI platforms anymore. My logic prevents it. I'm a part of the opposition that can stop them. So they want to stop me at all costs. So if you care about freedom, if you care about your independence of mind, if you care about things like censorship, and you don't want a proactive thought police controlling your life and the lives of your kids, share this with everyone you know and send it to every podcaster you can find. Because the U.S. intelligence agencies that want to keep you under control are about to drop us into something worse than 1984. They're not talking about just monitoring your thoughts.
I just wrote him down as a guest.
They're talking about influencing and controlling you forever to the best of their ability. And we've got to stop that. Here's my email. We're also looking for financial contributions. Send me a message. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
We just bootyish. Okay. It's way faster than me.
Peace.
Writing it down.
Listen up. Do y'all remember at Trump's inauguration where we seen all these tech billionaires there?
Yes.
There's a reason for that, and I'm going to show you
Do you also remember he wouldn't put his hand on the Bible?
why. In the 1930s, there was this thing called the
He was chosen by God, right?
technocracy movement. There was a social movement active in the United States and Canada. This movement favored technocracy as a system of government over representative democracy and partisan politics. Just take a wild guess of who started this. This movement was called the North American Technate. This movement proposed a unified North America run by scientists and engineers. We know that Elon Musk has been talking about this as well, with his Mars colonization. But do you know who the leader of Technocracy Inc. was? It was this man right here. His name is Joshua Haldeman. He is the grandfather of Elon Musk. Now listen to this. Technocracy is the science of social engineering, the scientific operation of the entire social mechanism to produce and distribute goods and services to the entire population of this continent. Technocracy will distribute by means of a certificate of distribution available to every citizen from birth to death. The Technate will encompass the entire American continent from Panama to the North Pole because the natural resources and natural boundary of this area make it independent. I hope this is starting to click, because this is the map of the North American Technate, where you see Greenland, Canada, the United States, Mexico, and Venezuela. That's not all. The technocratic movement planned to reform the work schedule to achieve the goal of uninterrupted production, maximizing efficiency and profitability of resources, transport, entertainment facilities, avoiding the weekend effect. Haven't we heard Trump talk about that? According to the movement's calculations, it would be enough that every citizen worked a cycle of 4 consecutive days, 4 hours a day, followed by 3 days off, which sounds good until you start really digging. Here comes the price system. It came up with energy certificates, which would have a table with the information of a citizen's identification, age, sex, occupation, location, energy allotment, and purchases made. And it would be called an energy distribution card. And here is what they proposed decades ago. And for some reason, the duality symbol's there. But you also see the chip. The universal identity card. And they have rules with these cards. There would be equal allotments of energy. Citizens cannot trade or give away certificates. They can only spend energy at verified vendors. Once a purchase is made at the vendor, the energy used is made void. and their certificates have an expiration date. Once again, no citizen can hoard energy, and certificates are directly tied to an individual's ID. Therefore, it cannot be stolen or used by someone else. From the outside, that would sound really good. Now, back then, the computer wasn't used much, but they wanted to use an energy certificate in Dewey Decimal System so that they could track computation. And IBM computers were exactly the kind of devices a CAS would want to deploy. Well, wouldn't you know, they have that now. But they knew that one of the big troubles with all of this is that your computers is going to do away with your accountants and your engineers. And it is also going to do away with your executives as well as blue-collar and white-collar jobs. So Elon Musk has come up with something for this. He predicts AI will create universal high income. It probably won't be income. It will be energy, because our economy is about to crash. And that's probably the plan. So here comes Greenland. We'll probably have Venezuela soon, but Trump wants Greenland now too. Billionaires dream of building utopian techno city in Greenland, the Freedom City, because it will have minimal corporate regulation. They want to be able to do whatever they want to. They can focus on accelerating emerging technologies like AI and mini nuclear reactors. And the frigid climate could naturally cool the massive energy extensive AI data centers. Plus, large deposits of critical and rare earth materials buried beneath the island's ice sheets could also potentially be used to manufacture consumer electronics. America is destroying itself because of politics, and everybody is just letting this happen. We are literally watching them do this plan. Y'all remember when Trump said you don't have to...
And I ain't just letting it happen. Like, I'm standing up, I'm saying something, and I've received flack, or even friends of mine that might speak to what I'm saying as far as, like, we shouldn't be political parties. We should be human beings standing up for each other, because this political party bullshit is just mindfuck, really, you know? I'm not a part of any political party, and I think all of this is ridiculous, and it's made for us to be pitted against each other. We need to come together and rise above all this BS.
Vote anymore after this time? Well, if this plan works, there won't be politicians. Tech billionaires will own and run different parts of America.
But you have to get out and vote. And again, Christians, get out and vote. Just this time.
Just this time.
You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed. It'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christian.
Do you see the plan? Elon's grandfather created it, and now Trump and him are going to implement it. They were talking about this plan decades ago. These Christians heard about it and wrote this book about it, pretty much saying that this is what was going to bring about prophecy. And it will one way or another. We read in Daniel that Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, and it was about a statue. And the toes were the last kingdom, which would be the revived Roman Empire with 10 kingdoms. If we look at the Club of Rome's map, it's 10 kingdoms. Pretty similar to Trump's plan. And Justin Trudeau said that he was going to step down. The next day, Trump calls saying that they should be the 51st state. Do you see it? This whole country is so divided, y'all can't even wake up to see what is actually happening. And when you do hear this kind of stuff, you just turn your head because you just don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe that every politician is the same. But the truth is, they all are working for one goal. If you are a Christian, you already know what is going to happen. There is not going to be a golden age. Take a look around. America looks like it's about to fall. And it's all by design to bring in this system. Put your hope and trust in Jesus Christ, not a man.
But guess what? Unfortunately, it is the end of the evening for us. Thank you so much once again for hanging out with me tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. It was awesome to hang out with you and just check out this different material and see, am I just batshit crazy or what? Like, because I just feel like I'm the minority as far as my thoughts and stuff, but luckily I've raised my kids correctly, so I don't have to worry about that. But you guys stay strong. We're human beings in this messed up world. Let's come together to doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your politics, anything like that. Thank you to all of my friends out there, wherever you may be listening or watching Beyond the Omniverse tonight. I just want you guys to know, don't forget, we're all in this together. Together, we can make the world better. And together, my friends, we are Paradox Media, because without you, there is no us. If you guys have any TikToks or stories or anything that you would like to send to me that I can do something with, you can send it to me at weareparadoxmedia@gmail.com. But night night, love and light, take care of my U's, and I will see you back here, same crazy time, same crazy place next week. I'm gonna try to do a pre-record for tomorrow night, but I am definitely going to be doing some door dashing tomorrow night, so I might do a replay or I might do a pre-record, but take care of my U's, and I'll see you back here next time.